You betrayed your family for
For
mediocre dick.
for Caucasian dingaling, it's like it's not that big anyway. Okay, let me not. Let me not.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh
So now we
God.
go back to
Is that
GT.
it?
Guys, can we start this movie before we get cancelled? Please.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast.
And I've made a comment on TikTok. We are sober, but I'm telling you, man.
And you can find me on Meister Geek Media. Hashtag Reach Us to Chala campaign.
Every time Jack had to find someone from Africa, he's so plain.
Okay, I'm tebellokhala. Welcome to Nerdgasm. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast. We have interesting developments, some news to share, some other news to share, and then I think we're going to do the final video of the Lord of the Rings. And given the disaster struck, if you're gonna ask where's the Fellowship of the Ring, ask your moms. So
Wow.
So we don't have the fellowship no more.
It's a good thing you said that in English because wow, it sounds so tame in English.
Hey Sam.
so true.
Yeah, no, only in South Africa you can start a fight just by saying to somebody your mother.
But why did it sound so tame in English? It sounded bad, but it sounded tame.
Yeah, there are many catchphrases when you put them in English. They sound nonsensical. I remember somebody once said, if you look at the Southern Hemisphere or in Latin America, the term "your mother's vagina" will get your ass kicked so many different times. But and then if you pay attention, if it's in every other subculture, from so long as it's south of that hemisphere, if you say that line, or rather south of the Eurocentric continent.
No,
I was
apparently white people don't love their mother. They have your mama jokes and everything. In South Africa, no chance.
Translate. You won't even finish the sentence.
No, Kitla wants some Mao. Fight.
And provocation complete. Round 1. Fight.
Mortal Kombat comes out of nowhere.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, Kai. Oh God, Kai.
Yeah, the disclaimer is just disclaimering.
You
so
can't start us and then Kai us before we even get this man.
Lamborghini Mercy.
He puts us in 4th gear and then Osapa break. This man.
And not just any handbrake. Handbrake, you know handbrake brake.
Actually, the handbrake, yeah. He hit the handbrake.
That's
bro.
what I thought. I thought he was starting.
This guy put us in 4th gear and then he pulled up the handbrake. This man.
We're drifting, Chief. It's Tokyo Drift.
Ding,
This is South Africa. Have you seen our roads?
Woo, potholes. Can you drift over a pothole?
No, we've got the styles moves. That thing that where they take the car in a circle move.
Yeah.
That's
spinning.
That's the
Raspina here. Gushesh.
Raspin. Okay, I almost went on a tangent because I've seen some spinning things. So,
No, Zuko. Tell us what the spinning thing that you went through. Give
okay,
into your feelings.
no, it's not even a thing. So I'm with the homies. Rabotela Homonat. So this dude, I don't know how the fight started, but now it's like, no, my GTI is better than your 3 series, and this is like the Boma 2010, 2014 BMWs.
Oh, so when we had hope back in the good old days.
Yeah.
When the World Cup
So
was still
now,
giving us-
I think this is still like the GT6. This is still the time of the GT6 or GT5. Yeah. So now the dude in the Beamer, He's like, no. So the dude in the GTI, he hits a young spin, whatever. And the dude in the beam is like, dog, that was weak. You weak, bruh. That's nothing. Let me show you how it's done. So now Tina Simnani over the liquor is liquoring. Amachita are being idiots. So gumnandi nje. So now the dude with BMW forgets to turn off his traction control.
Uh-oh.
So when he does the spin, because because the traction control basically holds the tires firm,
Yeah.
all 4 tires burst.
Yo.
Did we not, like the first one, everyone just died thinking like, hey, what no tupulayo, man?
Gunshot.
Because yeah, this is like in Soweto, man. So this was in somewhere in Shawelo. I'm not sure exactly where. Yeah, so but it was somewhere in I was in Shawelo there. So boom, the first one, we already start thinking of ducking, and then we see the smoke coming out. You're like, oh, Itran, see, and then someone shouts, Itran. All 4 of his tires burst. Boom, boom, boom. And now he's still, and remember, he's still spinning because he started and it kind of went.
He totaled his car.
He didn't even get to like I think he didn't even do 1 spin before the tires burst. Let's say he did maybe like out of a 360, he did maybe like a 200, a 190, nada. Boom. And now, but because he still has the momentum, his rims now also get messed up.
I know. That's
so you just see sparks, dog. You just see sparks. That
Wait,
and
who
he
started
can't
the
brake
fight?
because his tires are gone.
Wait, who started the fight? Was it the BMW guy?
You know what? BMW, like GTI is a junior BMW, so you never know. I don't even know how the fight. Like it was one of those things, like you chilling, and then the fight happens, and you found the fight in the middle. But because it's not your baby, it's not Buck, it's not Extrodin, it's not Tebello, so you don't care how it started. You just like these guys.
Yo, hey,
And it was just, and I was just like,
was out to him.
Male ego, ne?
And remember, this is
Total
like guys, this is 20 when I was in Joburg. I was in Joburg like 2012, 2013. So it's somewhere in that area. This is when a tire for Toyota Tez, box standard, low bottom of the range tire, was about 600, 700.
Yes.
So now you can imagine BMW ke bokae, because remember, Tez ekana, BM ekana. So there's already price difference already.
Why was he drifting and sacrificing his car, Chief? Just
because ego.
Fear, man.
Now I'm too broke for that. Oh.
Yeah.
Ego is expensive.
Yeah,
very expensive.
I'm so glad I'm at the rate where I don't care whether people think I'm right or wrong now. If you think I'm an idiot, it's okay. It's your.
Hey guys, the sun is purple. If you think the sun is purple,
I'm
shout out to you.
to ask you.
Bro, it doesn't change anything.
I think I was explaining to someone like I don't even have time to tell you about the importance of recognizing people by their pronouns anymore. If you're not gonna get it, the Stonewall Draws took place 50 years ago. What am I going to do now to try to explain it? I'm sorry. You live with your bigotry. I'm not gonna educate you. Oh, Magneto was right.
Okay, so I wonder what that looks like in Lord of the Rings. Would brothers be drifting their horses or spinning their horses?
Yeah, it'd be. You know, in the Olympics, there's no. What's that series with Kevin Costner?
Series.
Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing where they literally, you take a horse and you ride it as fast as you can, and then you break it, but the longer you drift, the better the result. So you want to get a long drift. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. But so basically, yes, they do have something like that with horses.
You know?
If you live in Modoho and you really got a horse,
do you have a proper horse? Then we can go fast and furious. Drift. Fast and furious. Drift. Do
And then
you
all of a
have
sudden,
horse
all
that
of
can
a
go
sudden,
the
Aragorn
distance?
says, "I have family."
Yeah, and then for Rohan, bitch. That's your man with his horse.
Aragorn, we can't defeat Sauron and his armies. He's got 3 of them. We have family.
We have fam. Hey, Doug, you gotta put the bass in.
For
We got
family.
family.
Anyway,
Okay.
I think the obligatory 5 minutes is past. If it hasn't, I'm sorry, editing tebello little strong Lilin.
Your
Also,
editor's gonna kill you one day. That's all I know.
Also, shout out to whoever. Oh, sorry for my Ask Your Mother reference. I know some people are going to be salty about it. We're going to be part of a podcasting group. We need to work on our manners now because people are going to see this list of podcasts and then they're going to see our name and then they're going to click on it because they think it's going to be raunchy. Then they're going to see someone say, "Go ask your mother."
To paraphrase Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet,
Yes.
manners.
Make it.
Manners. I despise manners.
To paraphrase Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin 360 says, "I just whooped your."
Speaking of your mama jokes, there's an awesome phrase in one of the worst Shakespeare books ever written. I forget its name now. It's just awful one. But there's a line where they found out that the queen shacked up with a black man and she gave birth to a black baby. and now this guy looks up and is like, "Villain, what have I done? What a villain! That which a man cannot undo. You villain, you have undone our mother. Villain, I have done your mother."
Wait, why's the black guy a villain for doing the mom? Hey, Shakespeare.
This is all the black guy should have said.
Imubetile.
Betil.
Titus Andronicus. That's the name. That's the name of
Betatul.
That's the name of the play. Titus Andronicus. Truly awful. But then they got such a stellar cast. You know they got the guy who voiced Thor, not as Odin from the MCU. What's his name now?
Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins was the titular character of Titus Andronicus.
So he's the one that he's the one that lost.
Anthony Hopkins be just doing movies for fun sometimes.
You know?
Like you just like, how did you get Anthony Hopkins in this?
Even when I watched the first movie, I was like,
dude, actors are gullible. Like, bro, look at what's his face, Fassbender. Fassbender was like one of the best actors ever, and that bro was in Assassin's Creed, and you're like, hey man.
It's the agent. It's the
honestly,
agent.
if they had done Assassin's Creed properly, because the
no, but like I'm saying, these bros don't read the script. I mean, King Hugh Jackman was in what was that other movie where apparently his balls had his chin had balls. Movie 43. There we go.
43.
Oh,
even Chris Pine was there pooping down.
Bruh, that movie has a stellar cast. Like almost every A-lister was in that movie.
The worst one was that cat. Beasley,
I think
that stupid gay cat.
That was Weinstein in there because I think he used out all his blackmail cards on that one.
Yeah, because.
And then, like, there's a whole section where Terrence Howard is just talking about how this team should be the best basketball team because they're black. It's like, the Lord did his part. You must be black now and win. And whatever the case
yes.
is.
You're talking about teamwork. Like, no, niggas.
I'm talking about you being black. Like, that's the whole, like, I'm saying, actors, like, we put these people on pedestals. I'm telling you, you go through that discography, you'll find some things where you're like, hey, man.
You find some things and you realize, like, your IRS was on this guy's ass.
Blackmailed.
This man needed to pay off his bond. This man needed to pay off his manager. This man needed to pay off the IRS.
Child support.
It was shitty.
They find
child support, it be shorter, like something.
Some copyright claim came through and you couldn't get. You had to pay for royalties. Something came to bite them in the ass.
Because remember, not everyone is Daniel Day-Lewis who'll do one movie every 10 years, but that one movie will sustain him for like freaking 20 years.
Hey man, I just gotta pay my mortgage, man. You know what I mean?
I think it also goes with the cast of every cast member of this movie. If you notice, after this movie, everybody was like,
They did not need to work. Like I didn't see Elijah Wood forever after.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Dog, the residuals from these movies alone, I'm sure these guys are set for life.
"That's set forever."
I don't think I've actually seen Sam in anything. Now that I think
no.
about it.
Well, look, I've been following Sean Austin for years. So he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think he voiced Leo or Donatello, one of the two. He was also
Okay.
in What Love Is. What else did he do? And then he did some Christian movie as well. So it's like,
Liv Tyler, I've seen her in places, and then Viggo
yeah, I think she was in
Mortensen.
the series.
Viggo
And
Mortensen. I
then
haven't seen him.
she was also in The Incredible Hulk, remember, as Betty.
Yeah,
Is that
and
before or after?
she's no. It's after.
No, that's after. It's after.
And Viggo
And then
Mortensen,
Vigo,
I haven't seen him.
he's been pushing.
Oh,
was
he's been in
Green
a
Book.
couple and then he just stopped. Like he was in
He
a
was in
couple and
Green
then he
Book.
stopped. And then he
He
came
did
out
that
in
one where he was a
that
gangster.
movie with Mashallah Ali. Like before that movie
Yeah,
with
that's Green
Mashallah,
Book.
I hadn't seen him in a
What
while.
I'm trying to get to is that they went into the I'm an artist type of era. That didn't.
Yes.
I'm chasing the bag.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
I have to express my different range. So it's going to
Exactly.
be difficult. I know Viggo Mortensen, even before I came here, I was literally acting as the devil. So
No, Elijah Wood, I have not seen him. That guy, I saw him in one movie with Vin Diesel, where
Sin
Vin
City.
Diesel was no, I don't know, I haven't seen him there, but I saw him in
I
one
think I've
movie.
seen Elijah Wood in like 2 movies. He was in
he was
Green
in-
Street.
Yeah, he was in Green Street Hooligans, and then he was in
Hooligans, and then there was
17
one
again.
where he was a
in
bad
17
guy.
again. And then he was in, not 17 again, I think it's 17 or something. Then he did a cameo in Spy Kids 3, if you remember.
He
Then,
also
yeah.
he also appeared in the disastrously bad movie Sin City.
Sin City was not a bad movie. What do you mean?
Oh god, that movie was cringe. But anyway, some people liked it. Let me not.
Wait, what was cringe about Sin City? That movie was awesome.
God, that thing.
That was great.
That movie
Okay,
kept
we're
on-
talking about the wrong movie now.
That movie kept on I won't lie. That movie kept on putting me to sleep. I'd watch like 2 minutes of it and then.
Tebel,
Yeah. Oh.
this is a garot.
And
It's
You know
coming
who I
for
haven't,
you.
know who I haven't seen though? Okay, Galadriel has been everywhere, but the person that I haven't seen is Anwen. Iwan, or whoever she is.
Okay.
anyway.
And let us start on this movie. I don't even remember
Before
where
we
we left off.
start, cue it about the anime. Ding. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, tebellokhala. This is a dub of anime. In a shocking twist that surprises basically everyone because everybody's Star Wars related, given the wonderful performance of Acolyte. Anyway, we've just had news.
No, wait, sorry, I'm wrong. Pew, 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 pew.
We just heard that they're going to
And
recast.
unlike Stormtroopers, he didn't miss. Pew, pew, pew.
Anyway, I was just saying, we just heard they're going to be recasting Balon Scar from the
Yeah,
Acolyte.
that's surprise.
Oh, really?
And now, if you want a more in-depth review about this wonderful topic and how it's reflecting how Disney is willing to recast characters of a certain skin color as opposed to other characters, I'll gladly defer you to a wonderful video that has been linked up to a certain channel that BuckMeister was spearheading. Details in excruciating detail and wrath can be felt can be felt in that video, as I had to watch and then found my ears were bleeding in the end.
For that, you say? What an interesting word.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
I didn't know that was possible.
I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know why they're not even recasting Mace Windu at this point, because nobody really dies in the Star Wars universe anymore. They should also recast Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh no, they did. He came back from the dead as a ghost. So
Yeah, that was not a
Came back
recast.
from the dead, you say, in a fictional setting. Wow. These words that
such
you're
a novel
using,
concept.
they
Such a novel
confuse me.
concept. At this rate, I just want to highlight one very important question for the Dub of Anime. A rather quick discussion point. Is Disney worth defending anymore, or Star Wars content?
Nope.
Really, is it worth?
Nope.
Is it worth
Nope.
worth your
No.
time? Because
No.
What is
Across
Disney
the
doing that is worth
board.
defending?
Across the board, is Disney worth defending? Let's just, because look, and also, you can have something that you like, but it doesn't mean you have to defend everything it does. Like, we know what Disney is. I don't know what you guys are trying to do. Like, people will be like, oh, well, Disney, they're trying to honor this guy, or they're trying to do that. Bruh, it's a company, and it's Disney. We know their history. Guys, Tarzan was a thing, guys. And there was no black people in that movie in the whole of Africa.
Oh please, how about that? What the West? One of the biggest egregious default actions. You know that movie about the bear? What's his name? Brother
Where the
Bear or
guy-
something like that.
No,
Oh, Brother
that's,
Bear, Brother Bear.
Yes. It's a
What
movie.
about Brother Bear?
It's a movie about Native America. Yet the music is from Scandinavia.
No, let's take it further. Remember Pocahontas?
I wanted to say that. Actually.
Which is Hunters.
Like at one point, like Pocahontas rarely walks like a regular woman in that movie. She's always crawling and skulking on the floor. And it's like she has 2 legs and a functioning brain. Why is she always skulking across the floor?
And why she
And then-
what?
And then they try.
She comes
And then
from a
they
hunter tribe, like they walk.
And then they try to even imply that the hunters are as bad as the Europeans coming from the sea.
To colonize.
Like they try to like parallel it, like, oh, look at these hunters, they're angry. Oh, look at these colonizers, the hunters, they're right. Like the whole time I was watching that movie, I was like, Pocahontas, your dad is right. Listen to
Why-
your father.
why
Like,
are you- The
Hey,
question
man.
I'll be asking myself is like, why are you
Ariel
saying-
betrayed her family for Dick. She lost her voice for Dick. So Pocahontas just betraying her family for Dick is, you
For
know.
colon-
But remember, at least Ariel is part of the sea. At least Ariel was Ursula. She's part of the sea. At least she's going to respect the sea rules. This man is coming from another land with syphilis and smallpox and racism. Like,
What the syphilis?
And vela batla ka yone. Batla ka yone.
like your
I-
father is 100% correct here. Like, just listen
and
to
it's
him.
not, and it's not like there's other. It's not like, you see, Ariel. I would understand, because nor do we see these other male mermaids having a dingaling for her to play with. She was just curious about these bipedal things and how they work with the little dingaling. I can understand the curiosity. This woman, you just see the whitest man ever, and you're just thinking, how does it look like when it's naked? Does the carpet match the drapes?
And
Like,
like,
I've seen all my
and
people-
technically he betrays them anyway because he lets the brows know where they are. Like
Mhm.
Pocahontas, woman.
God, ew. Anyway,
You betrayed your family for
for
mediocre Dick.
for Caucasian dingaling, it's like, it's not that big anyway. Okay, let me not.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh
So
god.
now we go back
Is
to
that
DVDs.
Guys, can we start this movie before we get cancelled? Please.
Today on BBC
imagine
News.
this guy is submitting us to whatever podcast lists, and the names are so vanilla.
But you saw the names yourself. Did I send you the link?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
I was like, they need a bit of. They need
Okay,
a.
guys, I think we need to start with a review. Unless
All
there's
right,
more
let's do
news.
it.
All right, that's all the news. Let's go into the meat of the subject. when we last left off, we left off at the lowest point of the movie. Oh yeah. Oh, other side note. Remember when I told you guys this movie can be divided into 3 parts?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, this video is going to be divided into 3 parts because I just looked at everything else we're going to have to talk about. There is no way we're going to complete the whole thing in one movie.
Oh, what else do we have to talk about? So right now we're at the siege of Gondor, right?
Not
Not the siege.
even.
Oh,
We,
where are we?
we ended when the Faramir, because of his heartbreak, went out to go reclaim
Oh, hey, yeah,
Osgiliath.
far.
Oh,
And
that was such a gangster scene. Like it was like visually, it was beautiful.
yes,
It was like one of the most beautiful scenes. Like we few will go against the thousands, and
oh no, the scenery
whatever.
was spectacular.
But the
Remember,
reality of it was like, babone bomma babone.
No, I was just like, dog, turn around. Like the whole time I'm screaming, just turn around.
I mean, there's this shot where you see all the horses coming from the city. You see the city from behind, and you just see the horsemen coming in this big line, and there's like this gorgeous scene. Here, Lee Pace must have possessed. What is his name? why, why did I forget his name now? What's wrong with my brain? Somebody help me.
I don't know what you guys are talking
Peter
about, so I'm
Jackson.
a
There you
bit
go.
lost.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm saying Lee Pace if possessed Peter Jackson to make one of the most cinematic moments where those horses are galloping and the city's behind them, and then the bad guys are just looking like, what the hell is going on here?
Which,
so, like
which,
one of
which
the
part,
orcs was looking
which
at
part
one
are
of
we
the orcs
talking
was looking
about?
at his homie.
Which,
One of the orcs was looking at his homie like, brother, do you see
Are
this?
these niggas? Did they smoke in
It's
the
the
sunshine?
Mr. Extrodin. It's the scene where Faramir left the city again to go retake Osgiliath.
With a few hundred men, not even 1,000. Like
Was it 100? It looked
less
like
than
12.
100
It looked
men.
like 50.
With less than 100 men.
oh, yes.
All because he wanted to make his daddy proud.
You
And it's like,
do you
dog,
remember
your
that
dad
scene,
doesn't
Mr.
deserve
Extrodin?
this.
Yeah,
Yes, I do
give me
remember that
daddy
scene because
issues, everything,
I
but not
remember,
those ones. Yeah.
who's this, Anaki
That
Manjiman,
comes to me.
Dumbledore,
De-
it's not Dumbledore,
Denethor.
Gandalf. Gandalf
Den-
was saying that your father loves you or something. Like when he
no,
left, he was saying
yeah.
that
Yes.
your father loves you, but you won't see it until the end or something like
Yeah.
You'll remember it until yeah. Am I
I don't
back?
even think he did. I don't even think that bro remembered anything. Oh,
that.
Denethor
No.
was.
Hi.
That
Am
nigga
I
was
back?
gone.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
I
you.
was frozen for a moment. Anyway,
So basically, the only one
So
to survive is Faramir. The horse drags him back into the city. That's
but
what
we
I
How
don't
the
know.
hell
remember.
did he survive? How the hell did he survive, though? Because he was at
Steering,
the forefront. Was.
steering, chief, steering power.
Steering.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I think.
how did Steering survive? Steering is Steering.
Hmm,
And how kono
yeah, no, I
steering?
get you.
hmm.
No, I
And you
get
can
you
even see the
guys.
way he was steering the army, chief. He was steering all the army.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we cut to.
Tebello, you
Tebello, you are
frozen.
frozen.
Oh, I thought it was me. Okay.
Sauron is attacking.
Eh,
Tan.
Tebello.
We,
Yeah, all that smack about
Josiah.
Disney.
And they're busy giving
Yeah.
reports. I bring 500 men.
Tebello, you froze, dog, like completely.
Oh, I'm back. Hi.
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear
Yeah,
you
we
now.
can see you. We can see you. We can hear you. Yeah, no, Kathleen Kennedy, Kevin Feige, and the Musk man. They've decided you're not.
Pocahontas' ancestors came through, bro. Don't cancel me, please. It's just a joke. Okay.
I just need to adjust these glasses for everyone else.
Hey, when I continue from where we left off, then while you were busy. I don't know how we're
All
gonna
right.
make it onto that podcast list.
Like, why not just look at one episode? They're just gonna. But can you please give us an example of which episode to show us what this show's about, and then
And
I'll
then I
send
come
them.
out of nowhere. It takes 2 towers to feel me.
What?
No, no. I'll be polite and just send them the filler arc.
Oh Lord.
No ways.
Oh, that's worse.
You're busy
You're
talking about.
muted, Zuko. You're muted.
The,
I'm saying BuckMeister 2 towers. Tse pedi ntanga, tse pedi.
Tonight's episode is a mess, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
okay, so I was saying.
BuckMeister gave a remark. But wait, there's more. Not 1, but 2 towers.
Smiggle edition.
I'm so glad that joke survived. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so Faramir gets dragged into the city.
We are not there yet.
Oh, where are we?
Yeah, we are at that low moment. We get cut straight to Rohan, where Theoden is busy marshalling his army.
Right.
And you just see you can see at this moment Theoden is his king face, galloping on that horse. It's like, I bring 500 men from the Westfold, my lord. We have 300 miles from Denmark's Theoden king. Where are the riders from this place? None have come, my lord. It's like, I'll get back to this. And then you just hear, now you see this army and camps and everything, and then you just hear that 6,000 spears, less than half of what I hoped for. It's like, oh shit, they're not enough.
Oh yeah.
And then you hear, what's his name? Aragorn busy going like, 6,000 will not be enough to break the lines of Mordor. Then Theoden's like, more will come. But each moment passes, it hastens the defeat of Gondor. We've got until morning, and then we must ride.
Yeah, that's Aragorn.
Going
man.
up or not?
Yeah. Then we get to see him getting spooked from a mountain. I like these horses. Somebody once said, it's like, these horses are the strangest things ever. They're so oblivious to things like spears and ugly ass orcs, but then they're terrified of a damn mountain because it's got spooks. They can sense spirits.
But remember, the horses are used to war. They've been trained in war,
Yeah,
but
that's
they've not
true.
been trained in spirits.
Like, the horses
They're
like
used to spears. They're used to running towards spears. They're used to all the battle. Okay, someone's audio is clacking.
Hey,
Mm,
Mr. Extrodin, are you clacking?
I don't know. I'm just walking.
Okay, just
I don't
put
know.
yourself on mute for 2 seconds. Let's see if it's you.
It's probably me.
yeah, it's him.
Yeah,
Are you
it's
walking?
And are you walking?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah. I
walking?
was.
Okay, yeah,
Are you
because
walking, Extrodin?
I'm
Are
hearing
you
this
No, I was.
clacking.
I
Are
was.
you walking, Extrodin?
Sorry,
You've been
sorry.
hit by
Is
a
this?
smooth podcaster.
Is there still? Okay,
Musa
okay.
is walking towards you as you speak.
Is there still
Are you
clacking or
walking, Musan?
is it gone now? Is it gone now?
It's gone now, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah,
I think it was the cable. It was busy clacking.
yeah.
No, I
'cause
think
was like,
somebody
what
I
is
think
this?
somebody had beef with Extrodin, and in the back they were like, tee.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. You're saying something, Zuko.
I don't even remember.
Okay, there's still some clacking, Chief. I don't know. Maybe
Huh?
I
it's
have
just
a
Really?
random access memory. So
well, basically, anyway, we were talking about how the marshaling the
horses-
armies is the horses talking about the
yes, the
ghosts.
horses. Yes, I was just saying because the horses are remember these horses get trained from young, so they're used to war. They're used to spears. They're used to the smell of blood. They're used to all these weird things coming at them. And also, but they're still horses, so they will react to these things. So animals are naturally sensitive to danger. And so whenever the mountain spirits move in the mountains or whatever's happening in the mountain that we don't know at this moment in time yet, so they'll be more sensitive to that, and hence why they react the way they do.
I think-
hence when it comes to
Yeah.
war, they're okay, but when it comes to that thing, they're not okay because they're not trained in that.
And
So
also, like,
let's not forget about that because remember they're living in a time of war. So those
But-
horses do two things: they farm or they fight.
But the part that kills me is like, okay, you know that this mountain pass is evil, Theoden. You know the rumors here, and everybody's nervous, but you want to say, no, I will marshal my armies right there.
It's called plot story.
No, it's called convenience. It's on the way to the place, most.
Yeah, that's why plot story, because
And also like Theoden is like, dog, I've been possessed by freaking Saruman. There's no ghosts that can scare me at this point.
We are gathering our armies right here. And then I can imagine
Everybody's just
everybody
like, but it's like, dog, I had Saruman gave me an ETD, an ESTD. Like, I was infected by Saruman. There's no ghosts in this planet that can scare me at this point. There's nothing.
You
and
said
remember also these places are placed at certain locations for convenience more than anything. So that place is a regular camp. It's probably on the mountain pass. It's one of the few places that has enough space for them to camp.
yes.
And that's also why it's the entry to the mountain, because of that. So the entry to the mountain makes sense because that place used to be a camp, and then the guys ran away there because the camp was there, etc. And then it's as a plot device. As a plot device, you don't want, because also remember, you don't also want to be moving a lot, because when you move a lot, sometimes some things get lost.
Yeah.
So as much as it's convenient that they're there, it's also a plot device. Just to.
But yeah, moving on. Is this Elrond doesn't come in at this point, ne?
He does later that night. So what happens is you're getting different scenes. You're seeing everybody's getting ready. We're seeing that Aragorn feels like he's being pulled to this mountain for whatever reason. What's his name? Mary is learning how to fight for some reason, getting a small little sword.
Mary got, like, hey, when we talk about it, we need to talk about it. But you know, Mary got hands, like,
like for everyone.
Yeah.
But
you know the way I see it, it's like Mary is like what Sam is to Frodo to Pippin, basically. He's the muscle, if that makes sense.
I guess so. I guess so.
I see the analogy. Anyway, we get to. So as Mary goes to sharpen the sword the sword that has just been sharpened, pay attention. I'm going to explain a little more about that sword in a little bit, because that sword is very important, very important. But once again, that mushroom that Tolkien was taking,
top notch,
premium. I wish I could get some of that mushroom myself, but anyway, it will circle back in a little bit.
I'm sweating.
You know,
let me write this book.
Like, I think sometimes whatever Tolkien took should have taken like a blow, like a kick to the kick Soster gave Killer B at that point. Like, So a ring, you say? A ring? Like, we're in the middle of a fight, and I'll get right back. But this is like what I'm getting right now is legit. Damn.
Speaking of which, that is coming up next week for Naruto, so excited to talk about that. But getting back to this, so then do we get that scene with Eowyn and is it Eomer,
yes.
her brother?
Yes, where her brother basically tells her that you shouldn't encourage Mary, and then she says, and you should not doubt him.
Stay your ass in the kitchen. That's what he told her.
Yeah, and that is like
barefoot and pregnant. Damn it.
Why should you not fight for the ones that you love? What, you know what I mean?
No, and then also like what comes later. I wanted her to turn around to Eomer, her brother, and I wanted her to just be like, suck it.
Wait, so the brother is called Urban, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted her to turn around and be like, oh, you ready? For everybody at home and everybody in the battlefield, oh, let's get ready to see Elmer suck it.
DX style.
We'll talk about it, but yeah.
Anyway, so then we get to the point where that scene Aragorn is having nightmares in his special tent,
Mm,
and he's getting a last minute text from his a last minute SMS from his wife, from his girlfriend. Like
it's the wife at this point. Like
like
they
The
married. Like
lying down
the fact that he turned
instant
down
text.
Eowyn, like you already know,
no, no.
Arwen locked that in.
At this point, he hasn't turned her down. At this point, he's just having a nightmare. And just he's. I wish I could have seen him one last time. And then the even star shatters, and he wakes up. My lord, King Theoden awaits you. Like, okay,
Like,
I don't know what this thing
like,
is.
okay,
Jump
well,
out of it.
no, I think he was just like, well, at least he's grabbing the right sword because if he was grabbing the other sword, that'd be much more awkward.
Wawan, it's not just me. It's not just me. That's all I'm going to say. I am not the only one. You better get off. You better get off with this developers corrupting the youth nonsense. I'm not the corrupt one here.
Okay,
All
my
right.
bad. Moving on.
Okay, so then that's when he meets Elrond, and Elrond is busy telling him that he's like, your my daughter's dying because she decided to be.
Is this after? Oh no! That was the last movie. I forgot. Because Galadriel guilt tripped him in the last movie. Oh, okay.
And in this movie, he travels himself. In the
Mm.
books, it's his sons, but in this one, I don't know. Like he decided, let me just go travel by myself to go speak to this man. Like, listen here, your your girlfriend's dying. She's gotten spiritual cancer because she decided to become human at the most inconvenient time known to man. I think she could have waited at least a month or something. You know what I mean? Like when
She could have
obviously
waited until the bad guys were defeated.
no, but
Mare
she just
Arwen, dramatic.
as ever. So she's dying now. She will not long survive the evil that spreads from Mordor. The shadows come.
No, I think Tolkien had forgotten about Arwen, so he was like, "Oh, flip! I need to come up with something."
No,
Yeah, sickness.
that was Peter Jackson. There was no such sickness in the books.
Oh,
Because apparently she's less utilized in the books, from
Yeah,
what I'm understanding.
way less.
yeah.
That's kind of
Way
sad.
less. The
I mean, even in the third, even in this one, like you barely see her, to be honest. In
the
this one,
Yeah, like the most action she got was in Fellowship, and
in the
like
Fellowship.
that kind of disappointed me low key because I wanted her to do more stuff. Like I
Mm.
kind of like you saw that she
yeah.
was badass, and you wanted her to do some things, and you saw that
Mm.
the elves were badass. So I thought maybe she would like ride out to Aragorn. Maybe they meet up in the battlefield. I don't know. That's kind of why I dug
And I think that's
Eowyn a
why.
little bit more, is because we kind of saw her
Yes, I
get
was gonna say
active.
that.
Mm.
I was gonna say that's why I think probably a lot of people liked Erwen more because she got way more screen time, and it just seemed it just fit like it like they fit like it love her
Mm.
and Aragorn. But hey,
No,
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 I
she
mean,
was
Arwen,
not doing
basically
too
all
bad.
we
Arwen is
get to see
great.
of her is her looking pretty.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
I'm saying Arwen as a character, she's interesting enough. Also, like the way she saved Frodo was badass. So it's just like there is
yeah,
stuff there. It's just that we wanted to see more.
No, I
yeah,
get you. One of the biggest criticisms people would lay at Tolkien's feet is that he does underutilize his female characters a lot. He is from back in that age, but I think by at the same contrast, the utilization of his female characters does fit more closely to the time period of back then as opposed to now because
yeah.
just because they're not wielding swords and killing people doesn't mean they don't have a special level of influence and power in themselves. I think I'll go straight into the first age law because Tolkien does respect women. In fact, he respects the women so much that the ultimate counter to the most evil character in the Lord of the Rings universe, Morgoth, is not his twin brother Manwë. It's actually Manwë's wife Varda.
No, I mean there is something that happens in this movie. I don't think we're gonna get to it. I don't think we're gonna get to it in this video. But
Yeah,
we do need to talk about it. Where I just have a question if it's like kryptonite or whatever. But again,
yeah.
we'll talk about it. But
Mm.
yeah, no, I mean like Galadriel has like a whole like basically she runs
Yes.
that whole thing. Like Galadriel is boss there.
Yeah.
Like everybody bows to Galadriel. Like when Galadriel speaks, you don't say nothing. When she's looking at you, that other guy can be speaking. Like that other elf, I don't even remember his name. I just know he was there. I don't know
Khalacorp.
what he was doing.
Yeah. So there's always that symmetry where the ultimate form of it's also written in the ways like the passive the victorious warlike war god Mars is pacified by Venus. It's not necessarily might versus might that solves the problem. It's finding way. If there's always a different way, and nobody embodies how to defeat evil in a different way than having your title character that overpowers evil with a light from within, represented by the female, which is exactly what Tolkien does. But Utlobon, you see, if I were to clip this and put it down and put it on my YouTube or somewhere, the Tolkien stands, the Tolkien haters, the GRR Tolkien writers, dick writers, everyone are gonna come at me like, but actually, listen,
Hey,
listen.
outside of Arya Stark and what's her face? What am I
Daenerys,
thinking? No, well, I mean, okay, Daenerys and well, Daenerys was written crazy, and what's her face?
Sansa.
The Lannister, the
Cersei,
female Lannister, Cersei Lannister,
yeah,
right? Women
incest
get
woman.
it bad in Game of Thrones. Granted, a lot of dudes get it bad too, but like.
Yeah, one thing I'm realizing is it's only a few females that are actually
Yeah,
badass. The rest are
you're
just like
muted, Zuko. Oh.
Like some of in terms of the
What?
problem
Wait,
that happens
Extrodin
with
was busy saying something. Let's let Extrodin finish, and then I can get to Zuko quickly.
Oh, okay, sure.
okay.
You're saying
No,
Extrodin.
I was just saying. Actually, I realized this while we were doing the Naruto review that it seems like it's just a few characters, female characters that are actually badass. Everybody else is sort of like a damsel in distress nyana, or has to be maybe like a strategist or tactician, but not necessarily a good combatant.
Hmm.
But even when we were talking about this, and actually I was checking it out earlier, I'm like, I don't know what's with some of these male writers, but it's as if they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna just get like 3 to
Well,
Well, I
4
mean,
strong
it's not
female
just male
characters.
writers. Just to quickly go on a tangent, if we also look at Full Metal Alchemist, was written by a woman,
Yeah,
a woman, a woman. Um,
Hiramu Arakawa.
yeah, like I mean, like what's it like? There's not a lot of female combatants in that. Like I think there's only two of them,
they said
three.
maybe
Like
There's
the
yeah,
three.
like
trainer, the one who
the
trained them,
master
the
and
brothers.
the Armstrong sister. I forget her name
And
now.
the Master, the Armstrong sister, and Rize, Hawkeye. Those are the
Yeah, Hawkeye.
only,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yes,
those are the only combatants. And Hawkeye only has a gun. She doesn't even have like alchemy. So
she was
then
still badass though.
then you've got
Gangster
other
with that gun.
like even in Code Geass, it's written by women,
Is
and
it?
yeah,
You wouldn't tell because the women are they're extremely damselly.
in that one, I think the most badass woman there would
yeah.
be Karen, and I love
It's
that.
like,
Mm.
I mean,
I
well,
like
like
in
Karen.
anyway,
Harry
look, the
Potter,
point
it's like
is,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the point is that like I still think like in terms of how they presented women in this thing, and also people need to remember something. It's not just like yeah, you want more, you want quantity, but I'll take quality over
mm.
quantity. Like
Mm.
I'll take one badass, developed, fully fleshed out female character over like 300 who don't really do anything and we don't know nothing about them. Like
Looking at
yeah,
you, Wonder
Exactly.
Woman.
we get look like we get one and then it builds on more and more and more and then we get stuff like Arcane where Arcane the main characters are female, they're fully fleshed out, they're developed, they're doing wonderful things, they're going back and forth, they have all of these nuances and all of that stuff and you're just as invested and in them in these female characters as you are in like male characters and other fantasy things. So I'm just saying like Lord of the Rings, what it lacks in quantity in terms of female characters, it definitely makes up in quality.
Yes. And also it doesn't feel like lip service. Like she's not strong for strong sake. She's not strong just because she's a woman. Like,
And she's not strong taking it away from a male. She's not strong
yeah,
like she takes over
Yeah.
and she takes everything the male has, and now the guy's like left with
yes, yeah,
nothing.
she's
It's
not,
like she's
Looking,
there,
she's not stepping over someone.
like
looking
she's
at
there,
you, Endgame.
like she's
Endgame.
there because she needs to be there. But like everybody is useful. That's what a good writer does.
Mm-mm.
They don't make certain characters now they're useless and other ones are useful. Everybody has a part to play and they play
Yeah.
their part
Kind of
well.
like
And
how they
also, but
executed the
in
X-Men in
defense of
X-Men 97.
okay, go on next.
I was just saying, kind of like how they executed the X-Men in X-Men 97. For instance, Rogue. She's very powerful. But
Mm.
she doesn't like it doesn't mean that just because she's powerful, everybody else is useless. No, everybody's still very much useful. So
Mm.
I
it
could
was
catch
well,
you all
well,
right
well
now. I
Yes,
could
very
catch you all
true, very
because
true that.
the things they're
So
saying are
just also,
giveth me light.
we also need to come at this thing with perspective.
Yes.
If this was set in 2024, we'd expect more progressive female characters, but this is set in patriarchy HQ.
No, Kella,
So
where there was jokes where a dude grabbing a chick's chest was a joke. Like that was a literally on-screen gag. And that
So
was
was
this
this?
era.
yeah,
Now
so
talking about Seven Deadly Sins.
Kangaroo Jack.
Oh, okay.
Like Kangaroo Jack was made, and there's literally a joke in Kangaroo Jack where the dude just grabs the chest, and that's supposed to be the joke. And I'm like, I don't see the funny, and now I just feel creeped out.
Every time I
yeah.
watch it, yeah, right.
So I'm just saying, like, we need to have a understand our expectations. Yes, you want a strong female character, but also understand in what time she's in,
Mm.
because so that it will. So let's say in Middle Earth time, she'll be strong because she has to, and because circumstances have dictated that she has to be strong. But in 2021, she'll be strong because she wants to, because she has the option to. And okay, this sounds bad. I'm sorry. I can't put it nicely. I can't put it in
Okay, just
proper.
before you finish that thought, Devila, are you still going to put us on this podcast list? I just want to know.
Names and everything. Your credits are going to come up at the end. Follow the links down below. Heck, I'm going to put your addresses down there as well now. People can, if you want to post a letter, please post it.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
Zuko, continue.
Look, in like women today have more choices in what they want to be.
Okay, now I see
Back
what the issue
then,
is.
the choices were made for them, and they did the best of the situation.
Okay, now that's not bad.
So you just need to understand also in your want for strong female characters and everything, you need to understand how their strength will be portrayed. Like in terms of Lord of the Rings, the strength is portrayed in terms of, I will not just watch everything happen to me. I will affect the outcome. The strength in, let's say if this was set now, then her strength will be like, I do have the power and I will wield it. I'm not going to be afraid to wield it just because I am a woman. You know, so we just also need to adjust the expectations in terms of the time
Okay, and
period of
also
it.
look, they're not going to remake the movie, guys. They're not going to go back and re-edit Lord of the Rings. It's
Well,
already 9 hours. Like,
somebody's there are rumors that they're remaking the Lord of the Rings movies, but
Oh God, please no, don't do it.
Amazon is. I'd rather look. Sweetie, since you're referring
oh,
to Lord
don't
of
do
the,
it.
since
Oh
you're
my
talking about
God.
talking about Lord of the Rings, trust me when I say this, it'll take the combined armies of Mordor and Isengard and Angband and Donguldur and Moria. All of those armies would have to combine and come against me by myself for me to be compelled. Sauron will have to lead it. Morgoth would have to come out from his cave. The dragons would be circling up ahead. The fell beast in the Nazgûl screaming at me. And that's that. Then I might just consider maybe I should go watch this movie. Yeah. But until after the mess that was Rings of Power.
Guys, make something new, please, Hollywood. I'm begging you, Hollywood. Do another fantasy franchise. Like take some swords and dragons and make something else. Don't call it Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Shoes, Lord of the Pants.
These guys
Freaking
are addicted to remakes. They will not do anything new. They are, and I think that's also another indictment of Hollywood. Because remember, if you literally, let's think about all the action movies we love. Every Van Damme movie, every Jackie Chan movie, well, not every, but every Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Schwarzenegger movie was the same thing. He's chilling, something happens, he has to get into action, he's a trained killer in some form of other. He goes after the people who made something happen bad to him. There's a girl
no,
in there
hey, Jackie Chan
somewhere.
don't want no trouble. Like
No,
let's not like.
yeah,
wants
no,
him.
but even Jackie Chan, let's look at all. This is literally the basic premises of action movies in the 80s and 90s.
90s, yeah.
Dude is chilling. He's either a bum or he's tired from all the dangerous things he did, all the badass things he did before. It's literally that. He's never in a good space. He's never just a regular family man or anything like that. You know, most of the
they
time.
did try to vary it up with Jackie Chan because the thing is Jackie Chan was doing action comedy, so that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the thing that gave him the edge. Like if you look at Schwarzenegger, like Schwarzenegger was doing like the same movie like 30 times. Like it was
Exactly.
all
That's the
Terminator.
point I'm trying
Like
to make.
him,
Oh, please, from
Stallone,
Conan the Barbarian.
like him, Stallone.
And that's the point I'm
Anybody
trying
that
to
was
make,
in
Buck.
anybody that was in what's that movie Expendables? Anybody that was in Expendables, like they were kind of doing the same thing like for a long time.
And that's the point I'm trying to make. So the story is jaded dude, tired dude, but former badass dude is chilling. Something bad happens. He takes action to fix it, and there's a girl involved somehow, somewhere, and he fixes it, and it's all good. That was literally
All
that
right.
was the
And
movie.
he's bulletproof. And he's bulletproof.
We've gone really off
Exactly,
the.
and he's always shot on the side or the shoulder
Let's
so that
get
he can
back.
continue.
Let's get back.
No. Let me just finish this point,
Okay.
Tebello.
All right.
And then, and they made a lot of movies like that. There's no need to remake it. You can literally make Expendables, but just make it different. Like, you know, you can call this one Expendables, this one Contractables, this one Flammables, that one
Explodables.
Explodables, whatever. Like, do you understand my point? Is you don't need to go. This is based on the Stallone movie. This is based. There's no need because they're all the same movie.
Facts.
You just put your little spice on it. Instead of putting cinnamon, you put sugar in there. Instead of putting pepper, you put in paprika, whatever.
The hell?
That's all you need to do. Because I'm just saying it's the same recipe.
I get it, but I'm just thinking of this recipe. Like, where would you want to replace cinnamon with sugar? Like, damn, whatever you be.
Like I said, it's whatever.
But anyway, no comment.
Okay.
Anyway, getting back to it, yeah.
So,
the,
he gets the news,
yeah.
and then he gets told that you need to go to first they tell us like, hey, you guys, the end has come. This is the end time, sweetie. It's the end. And then Aragorn is like, no, it will be not our end, but his. Like, you go to war, but not to victory. You know that you know there's this army coming here, but then you don't know that there's a fleet of corsair ships coming from the south. They'll be in the city in 3 days. You're outnumbered, boy. You need more men. It's like, there are none. There are those who dwell on the mountain. And then out of nowhere, like as if elves are speaking. Why is the wind suddenly winding at that moment in time? Just because the man goes, "Ooh."
That was the cue for the wind, bruh. That is the role that the
action.
wind got.
Elrond was talking to the wind before he went into the tent. He was like,
When I
"Okay,
mentioned
at this time, when I mentioned the army in the mountain, you need to whoosh." Like, and seriously, come with, like, he turned into a director. You come with the whoosh. You don't just, you must really feel it.
No, not like, I mean like fear of God wind, you understand? I want everything to shake.
And then the wind is like, I got you.
You
It's
got
like,
me. Yeah, okay, cool. And there are those who dwell in the mountain. After I was like, got this, bro.
the wind needed a credit at the end of the movie.
Shout out to the
The
wind.
wind played by.
Anyway, so like liars, traitors, you call upon them to fight. They believe in nothing. They'll answer to no one. They will answer to the king of Gondor. Dramatic sword reveal.
Hey, so dramatic, Chief. Like the whole, like everything became a paid actor in that scene. Even
You
the
know?
cape that came off the sword.
Yes. And the flame of the west, reforged from the swords of Narsil. And can you also
So,
shout
just a
out
question.
can you also ask how fast did Elrond travel? Do you know the distance he traveled from Rivendell all the way to Rohan? He
He's
didn't
an
sleep.
elf, bro. He got that elf speed. It's like,
And the horse has got that elf speed. He's an elf king. It's like that moose
His
was
daughter's
riding.
dying, Chief.
Like
Like, he
that's
was
hey,
motivated.
bruh,
that horse is like that moose from the Hobbit movies that the other king rides. Legolas is dead. They were like going
Mm-mm. I
cruise
think
control.
this is in the third movie. This is the one criticism you can really have about them. In the
Yes,
other movies, time moved like time.
yes, yeah. I see.
If a guy was 3 days behind you, he would, and if you rode the whole night, then he could get there in 2 days because he didn't sleep for a couple. Here in the third movie, the time kind of just felt like, for a lack of a better word, like GOT season 7 and 8.
Yeah,
Time just.
Yeah,
but
but I think
unlike
at the same
yeah,
time, it's just like they've earned it. Like I feel
yeah.
like when you 1, 2 movies in,
I think it's just about placement. I think some of the scenes could have been placed different. Like the Irwin dying scene could have been placed earlier so that he could have left earlier.
yeah.
So
But I get what you're saying, Zuko.
scene
But I'm just
placement could have
saying
just
that
been placed earlier to give them that time so that it doesn't feel rushed or forced.
no, I
But
understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that like at this point with the franchise that you're 2 movies in and all of
Yeah,
that stuff, it's kind of like you won't think about these things until afterwards. And
yeah.
I feel like if a movie does that, I can't go back now and be like, yeah, like I'll point it out. But
Hence,
if
I
I if
said a
I
nitpick. It's not.
yeah, and
I'm not
also
mad at it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is horrible. This ruins the movie. It's just a nitpick. It's just.
yeah.
yeah, and the other thing I just wanted to highlight is that you don't feel it as much because the writing backs it up.
Mm.
You know, it feels part of the
Yes,
movie, unlike in that other show. Because apparently,
exactly.
I've apparently become its biggest hater right now.
Yeah.
Where the
I hate the
teleportation
way that you
is,
write. I hate the
I
way
hate
that
the
you
way
wear your beard. I hate the way that you wear your hat. I hate the way that you wear your
I
shoes.
hate the way that you pace characters. I hate the way that you write characters. I hate the way that you finish characters. I hate the way that you.
at this rate, if
Yeah, so,
someone's gonna
and
nominate
that's what
Euphoria to be
saves this movie
the
from
haters
that one is
list
because
of
it had meat. That
yeah.
other one, you were served bare bones, and then you were supposed to make something out of it. This one still had meat. So
Mm.
even if you said like, oh, there's no potatoes, there were still carrots, there was still pumpkin, there was
Yeah.
still whatever. So you
Zuko,
were
are
still
you hungry,
fine.
bro? You've been doing so many food analogies this
He
episode.
just ate an entire cookie jar.
Of popcorn.
Yeah. So, Extrodin, what do you think about the scene with Elrond and the sword and things, bro?
Man, I loved it, dog. For me, it was one of the most powerful moments in the movie. How genuine it was. How it's like, yo, dog, I'm gonna be your future stepfather, dog. So I'm trying to make you like just face your fears. This is not time to be playing around. My daughter's about to die. Take this thing and do what you're supposed to do, chief. You know what I mean? I even fixed the sword for you, so we're not playing here.
But you also know
Do what
that
you're gonna
Elrond
do.
was dying inside. He was just like, yo, Arwen, yo, what did you do to her? Like, I'm sure, like, if he had time, he would have just pulled Aragorn to the side. Like, Chief, what did you put something in her milk? Like,
Kwenzakalan.
Dude, she's even willing to lose her powers for her mortality
eh,
for you.
yeah, like, what did you do, Chief? Like, anyway.
There's and then there's oh wow, yeah, you just made me to remember one very important line. When Aaron gives him the sword and then says, "Put away the range and become what you were born to be," and then he says the lines, "I give hope to men." On what is it? It's in Elvish. On nen estel dain, I give hope to men. And then Aaron responds, "Uchebin estenenim," which means I keep no hope for myself. Those were the last words his mother told him. He said when he gave Aaron up for adoption.
Aragon.
Yeah, when when she escaped the ravages of the Dunedain, and she ran all the way to Rivendell.
Yes. That's
And
in the second one, right?
that's
Yeah.
in I explained it. It's in the books. When she gave Aragon up, baby Aragon up to Elrond, her words was, "I give hope to men and keep none for myself." And then she died of depression a few days later.
Who's that?
Aragon's
That's
mama.
Aragorn's mom. No?
That's Aragon's mom. Yes.
Yeah.
So those words are a warning, that a reminder. You see, it's very poignant because he's saying it's as if it's symbolic. He's giving the sword.
James, I'll be back just now, and then just keep it going.
Cool.
Sure.
I was saying it's very poignant that he gave that sword, saying that this sword represents the hope that gives to man. But it's also reminding Aragorn that you are not born a ranger. Remember what your mother said you are. You are hope. You are the hope of mankind.
Mm. No, I hear you.
So, Bana, that mushroom. Zuko, you're still on mute.
I was saying no pressure. I can totally yan.
Yeah, no. Yeah, your destiny is to save the world. Nothing serious. Go
You
ahead.
know.
Go on, my child. And you see in his behavior afterwards, everything's changed. Then he gets out there, he's packing his horse up, and side chick comes there. It's like, wow, you can't abandon the man. And the guy's like, stop your camping. You're not here because you're not complaining because I'm abandoning the man. Go on. admit it so I can break you down.
Bust it down, Tatiana. Bust it down.
Oh.
Bust it down, Tatiana. Bust it down.
I don't know if it's the harshest breakup to the shutdown I've ever had. You know, the
Rejection.
yeah, it's the women. You know, they say women's rejection is hard, but when you see that man reject everyone like that, I'm like, are you guys sure? This is the reason why women. There's a reason why women would rather wait for you to ask them out than them personally doing it, because the way we shut you guys down.
But women
But
shut
here's the
down.
thing about-
Women also shut down
Yeah,
badly,
but
guys. Let's not.
Mhm.
I've seen some bad shutdowns, so let's.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like this shutdown, in all honesty,
Yeah.
it is not that bad because first of all, you do see Eowyn's intentions, and she was not even hiding it. I mean, she did ask him, "Am I not clear? Like, are you not seeing this? Like, this is pretty clear." So also, I mean, she knew that Aragorn was with someone. So, as much as I felt sorry for her, trust me, I did feel sorry for her when I watched it. I feel sorry for her, and even her uncle, I think, came through just to like, okay, even though they were talking about something else, but I think he probably wanted to say, "Hey, hard," but at the same time, we'll get there. I still think that she got the right person, but we'll get there.
It's the way she said it. It's the way he said it that I was like, it's but a shadow and a thought that you love. I cannot give you what you seek. Yo.
Yeah, but it was true though.
But it was true, and also it was I guess it took a little longer for him to say it, because I think he was a bit oblivious to it. He saw it, but he was just like, he didn't think it was like that serious.
Yeah.
And then when he saw her, like this sister, she's about to bust it down, and I bust it down, and then he like shut it down.
At the same time, he got clear confirmation that your girlfriend has come back home. She is not leaving. She's decided.
Yes, because he was also thinking she's gone, so he was still mourning her.
Yeah, and then like she's come back and she's dying, and you're the only one who can save her. Once again, no pressure.
Yeah, I know Aragorn had no pressure at all. Hey, like how did he even build up the strength to succeed with none of this pressure on him.
Anyway, that being said, off he went. Then he gallops into the mountain. Why does he leave on the eve of battle? And all the soldiers like, Lord Aragon. And this one soldier decided that he leaves because there is no hope. And Boss
Like,
Theoden
dude, where is he going? Why would you think he has got no hope? Where is he going? Like, let's think about that.
straight into the mountain.
Like, let that make sense. Like, oh, he's gonna leave. He's gonna go to the most dangerous place there is right now because there's no hope. I thought you said you guys are going to the most dangerous place. So why would he go to the most dangerous place if there's no hope? Like, let's 1 + 1. Let it make 2, please, guys.
What did I miss? Where are we?
Oh, I was explaining how when a man shuts a woman down, it seems just almost more painful than when a woman does it. That's why women seldom do it, because the way Aragon shut Eowyn down, it's
And we said it's not. It's just that, women are the delicate flowers and they're more protected, so it looks worse than it is.
like
We are men. We've been shut down so horribly.
Like I don't like that, because I'm just like, when you guys don't want us and you make it obvious and it's loud and it's painful. Well, now when we don't want to, now we have to play coy and we have to be like, it's like,
Dude, I was called short. I was called 4 eyes. Like, ka go direng ka 4 eyes. Ka go direng ka mono mokhutswane so. So please don't come tell me about things like that.
hey, to my face, dog. Like,
To my face,
I'm not
dog.
there.
During the people. Not even for a aim. During the people. So don't come tell me about oh no, I am in love with someone else. I cannot love you. That's I can totally
and this is why we started a podcast. You see, you just saw that alpha himbo male energy just popped up for a moment there. I'm so proud of us. We've reached that level.
No, all I'm saying is all is fair in love and war. Like, you can't, like,
exactly.
when women reject us and they loud about it. Now when a gent has to reject you, now it's a problem. Like, yeah. Because I had that once where I told a girl, like, I'm not, and I was nice. I was like, I'm not really into that. Oh, you hate women. Oh, hey, what did I just said?
Which is funny, because isn't that exact same energy that happens when you reject a guy and she says, but you're ugly anyway. And I was thinking,
so I mean, come on, like.
So I've learned to
what happens. It is what it is. It's the game. It sucks, but it happens.
I've learned 2 very important things about myself right now, because I don't see. I must be an anomaly when it comes to these relationships things, because I don't care about height or anything like that. If you're a good looking person, that's all I wanted. Is like, but.
So, no, but I'm just saying, like, the thing is that it happens. It's the game. You get rejected. You take your L. You move on. Like this business of
No, I'm saying that because I've known many people that are like, no, I want a person who must be at least 6 foot tall, 6 foot or something, and I'm thinking, I don't care about that.
Kai, we started to sound like those. We started to sound like a Tate show now. Yeah.
I'm dead.
Incel Kai.
Incel Kai. Anyway. Just long story short.
Kuchi
long story short.
Yes, Kuchi nerd jutsu back, please.
Okay. Long story short, Eowyn, it was not the time, and also she's fine. Like, things work out for her. Like, let's not say they don't. They work out very, very well, mind you, in my opinion. So yeah. Moving on.
Okay, I was now moving on to the moment where Aragon leaves. The men look distraught. And right away, we see King Theoden. At this point now, this was King Theoden proper. No more depressed king. Oh no, what am I going to do? He was on point from the moment he says, Master the Rohirrim. I was like, that was King Theoden. The balls dropped there. Said, you're going to see the might of Rohan now. He walks there, like he leaves.
Like, he might, like, a random black dude should have just showed up on the screen for him to kick him down the well. This is Rohan.
Exactly. A random orc.
No. You know what should have happened?
Yes.
A random black knight should have been like, Damn. Theodore's that nigga for real.
Yeah. Yo. Because the way
He's
he
him.
the way he says it, he's like, you know what? Yeah. Oh, okay. The guy's busy saying like that too few people have come. We are not gonna beat the armies of Mordor. The guy doesn't beat around the bush. It's like we must believe in ourselves or something like. No. Yes, we are not enough, but we will meet them in battle nonetheless.
Because we about that life.
I was like,
Rohan!
and that
But you know,
moment,
somebody is just like, "Ish, I just got my girlfriend. Like, she just said yes.
yeah,
I'm
After
about to
6 months, get right.
yeah, dog. I just fought an orc for her. King Theod, we gotta die now. Like, we
we will
can't.
meet them in battle nonetheless. At that moment, the other moments, but at that moment, I was like, my king. Then it cuts to him basically giving the final instructions to Iwen, and she's all depressed. It's like, okay, I've left instructions. You're going to take up my seat in the Golden Hall. You're going to be basically our queen now, up until I come back. But may you defend this place if the battle goes ill. And she's like, what other instructions should you give me, my lord? I was like, what's wrong with you?
That one. Okay,
Yeah.
that one feels suspect. Like, am I supposed to lay with you to give you an air type? Did you get that energy from it, or was it just
No,
me?
That's not where my brain went.
yeah, this
You
is
see, this is Game of Thrones.
I was about to say.
No. Here's the thing. I'd actually no. It's from a poem. I'd read a poem back in high school or somewhere, and basically, the princess had to sleep with the king to ensure that the lineage continued. And the way he said that, it kind of it refreshed that poem.
Okay, we're gonna put the Leshuketh image again on the screen.
Oh, Kunde, you have a whole sticker.
It's only been a sticker of still
Guys,
Shuketh.
the
I was
problem
like,
with having a lot of knowledge is everything makes sense.
yeah, so no, we did not think that to put that
I
into
did.
Okay.
That's not what I thought.
Yeah,
Okay, what did you guys think? What
I
did you
thought that
innocent souls think?
I thought she was very distraught and sad. She was thinking that her uncle's going to die, and she just got her heart shattered by this guy that she loved as
No,
well.
also, I thought that she was just like, you really think I'm gonna stay here? Like,
Yeah, no.
you really
Oh,
think?
okay. You thought
You
like you
really
wanted to.
like, yeah, it looked like she was fishing for at least an order where she could, fight somebody. And then she's looking at Uncle like, you really think I'm just gonna sit on my hands? I'm a goddamn shield maiden. No.
Extrodin,
Yes, sir.
what did you think about that scene before?
Zuko corrupted your mind.
You know?
I think the amount of tangents just I was lost a bit. You guys
Wow.
might have to. Yeah.
We put you in a genjutsu, I'm dead.
I do know. I am aware that we're talking about Erwin and the king, right?
Yes.
Evil.
When the king was telling her that you're gonna have to be in charge if I'm
Yes.
gone and so on.
Mm.
No man, it was quite touching. I just don't understand why. Kante, who's older between her and Carl Urban?
Carl Urban.
So why was she the one that was gonna be in charge?
Because Erman is the shield captain. He's going to be in charge of Battalion 1. He's
Oh,
needed in
meaning he
battle.
might die.
Yeah, so she's left. She's the only one that needs to go and defend the homeland.
Okay, it makes sense. And I was deeply moved by that scene, dog. I don't want to lie. Like that that night, actually, the things that happened that night, like between Arwen and sort of Aragorn and Arwen's dad, and now the king and Eowyn, it genuinely felt like these were like the last words that are being told by, like, as if like it's as if like they knew they were gonna die or something in their heads, I think. So everything that they were saying just had so much weight on it. So that's how I felt.
But I like her uncle's last words. Like, I would have you smile and not grieve for those whose time has come. That was like,
yeah. I mean, it's deep, But those words are easier said than done, man. Like,
True.
even if you know that people are gonna go, I mean, you could see the love that she had for her uncle, man. Like, she didn't want him to die or anything. You know what I mean?
Because she lost her
So
parents when she was young, right?
yeah, exactly, bro.
Mm.
So she was not willing to let him go like that.
And then
But
we cut to from there. We cut on to Aragorn walking to the Valley of the Dead, basically. Like, what kind of evil? What kind of army could linger in such a place?
Oh,
Again,
hold
shout out to
up.
Gimli and
Before
Lego.
as he's about to walk in, you forgot the most gangster part where the homies be like, "You don't think you're gonna leave without us, right?"
No, we are not even that part yet. We are going into the mountain now. He's walking into the cave because the busy. Legolas is busy explaining how this army got cursed by Isildur because they didn't fulfill that promise.
oh yeah,
And then they get to the entrance of the cave. Then they say the way is shut. It is guard. It is held. It is held by those who are dead, and the dead keep it. The way is shut, and then the wind starts winding again, and the horses are like, "Peace!"
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, girl?
The horse turned into black people. Like, whenever black people see black people running, you don't ask questions.
I think like even before that, like Peter Jackson, I don't know what. It's as if he was shooting a music video when Legolas was speaking. Like, dog, what's with the angle and you rotating whenever Legolas is talking? What's going on here?
Hey,
Legolas had bars, Chief. The
forgot-
mixtape is loading.
Speaking about black people running, there's this show, I forget its name, where this one person was late for work and he starts running, and all the black people were like, "Oh shit!" And then you see this person holding a slice of pizza, like, "Oh crap! What are you running from?"
Ask questions on the other side, Chief.
Ngentanga, we'll ask questions later. Be like, "Oh, we're running from nothing. Oh, it's cool." We'd rather run from nothing than be like, "Oh, I should have ran."
Respect to
Nako, now you're short. Now you're asking questions as you're dying. Ish, I should have run.
I should have run. And like Cat Williams says, when you're shot, you're not gonna hear music and stuff like that. It's like, "Oh, what a minute, Jesus! What a minute!
Pimp down, pimp down.
Oh shit, I got blood on my crab now."
Anyway, so yeah, moving on with this thing.
Aragorn is like, "I do not fear death." Walks in like a boss. Then Legolas elegantly, head flick, walks in. Gimli's the only one who's like,
Y'all niggas know where we're going, right?
Gimli was killing me
y'all?
because every time like a hand would show up, he'd just be like,
yeah. No, but what he says outside is the one that kills. It's like, well, this is the thing unheard of. An elf who would go underground where a dwarf dare not. But he just remembered, like, "Yo, my people will never forgive me. Let me go in."
I think that's where the blackness of Gilmy was coming out. Is like, why are you going in there? It's not a strip club. Why are you investigating? Like, y'all going in there like it's a strip club.
You know, at least when I suggested you go into a mine, you know, I thought there was food and stuff.
You know.
Yeah, and I know my cousin is there. Like,
yeah, and like you're going to, you know, there be ghosts in there. What the hell?
So like Gimli was just like, lamachita. I get chance.
no, but then also somebody came out and he was like, you look like a bitch if you don't go in there, and he's like,
yeah, like you're an. He just saw his.
I can't let the homies know.
Imagine what would his father what his father would say. How he's gonna explain this to his father?
So okay,
exactly. You see, guys, peer pressure, ne? Peer pressure comes all the time. No matter how old you are, peer pressure how sharp.
Extrodin, you have to use the Kai. So they all go in.
Extrodin was saying something.
No, he was trying to Kai us.
No, I was just saying that like in his with the conversation with the dad, it's like, so wait, Legolas went in, Aragorn went in, and you just chilled? You just stayed behind?
Oh,
there were ghosts there, and
so
whose problem was that?
You're just bringing shame to our name.
You're more scared than the elf. Is that what you're telling me?
Of going underground.
Of going underground in a mountain. You are shaming us, the family name.
Oh my God, that elf. Oh my God,
and then somebody randomly comes from the side with a bell. Shame. Ding.
Yeah.
Skanda.
Dad, no.
Skanda. Amashon. Amashon.
Shame. And then somebody
Ditong.
throws something at Gimli randomly.
Ditong. Ditong.
That's Benek.
Something should not be translated. I just saw a black nun. Ditlong.
Coming at
Inton. Inton.
Amasho.
Inton.
Swaba. 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 Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway. Okay. Then
going to the mountain.
so as soon as he enters, we cut immediately to one of the best scenes in the movies where Theoden is now back in combat mode and the breaking camp and the houses are it's a mess in that camp. And then Theoden walks out. It's like it's a 3-day journey, and men and beasts must use the strength to fight.
Hey, bruh.
And the camp is in pandemonium, and things are going down. And then he goes, then tells Pippa. Well, he thought he'd be telling Mary the news, like, you know what, you need to go home. I don't. Yeah, shame. He deep down inside, I think, because I think he knows the odds are against them. Number one, and two, I think. What's his name? Elrond was like
Mary.
saying, "Bitch, you ain't going home." So he's like, he was trying to spare Mary. So he made it feel like he let him be the asshole for once. Let him think that he's the asshole who sent him away instead of like just saying, "I'm afraid we're going to die, so please survive." It's something like that. So it's like, you know what?
this Aragon.
Yeah, no, that's
Theoden.
and banishing Mary.
Theoden to Mary.
Yeah, it's like,
right.
kind of forgot the line he says. It's like, I would be ashamed to if I were left behind. And then he says it's a 3-day journey to Minas Tirith, and none of my riders can bear you as a burden.
Yeah.
And then, I want to fight. I'll say no more of this. And then he walks away. That jiggy, someone picks him up. You see, in the box, it was an undercover mission. Because yes, Theoden does say, no, you can't come with us. No one's going to carry you. But then there's this mysterious knight named Dalherm who says,
Yeah.
I'll give you a ride. Don't worry. Just whatever you do. Don't make a scene. Yeah, like what's your name?
It turned into Mulan. This to ride in Phoenix
Yes.
to defeat Sauron.
What kills me
The
is
old man.
Season better, Sauron.
what kills me is that in the books, we get in further. You get to see that the other soldiers may have guessed that this is a woman, but they were so in war mode that they didn't care. Like everybody's fighting for their survival right now. So you know what? Who are we to try and tell this lady no, she can't fight?
She got
For
hands.
survival.
She's got hands. In the books, I like that. The only person who didn't know that this is a woman was Mary.
It makes sense because it's
It
Mary.
makes sense because the way he felt so safe and protected by whoever he thought that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the box. In the movie, they immediately spoiled it. Like, ride with me, my lady.
No, but I'm saying like he didn't lean back and he was like, this is a very comfortable position. Like
You know,
like
She was wearing armor. There's no way you can feel any boobies or stuff like that.
Hey man,
And she
lead
probably
me
man.
to my dreams, Tebello. Damn it.
exactly.
Oh,
It's Tuesday, okay? It's Tuesday, Tebello. The dream is Tuesday.
Fine then. He leaned back and felt 2 pillowy clouds and thought, these are strange. You guys happy?
Yes.
Ecstatic.
Yeah. The things
We
I
are
have to
standing up for your virtue.
do, the things I have to do for our allies. Exploding, you're saying something?
Oh, I'm saying she probably even smelled nice anyway. So
Yeah. Things
Yeah,
that-
she probably takes at least a bath once a week instead of a bath every once a month.
Okay, we'll leave that thought for later when I'm going to puke myself to sleep.
Okay, so is this where they're riding, Moose?
Then yes, then you hear that line. Right now to oh no, Elmer says form up, move out, and then right now to Gondo, and you just see this huge ass army of horses, and everyone's like all psyched. I'm like, yeah, wow, and then you see the armies of Mordor. Let me show you the image. That image just that scene just always gets me going. I downloaded some pictures in advance because that some pictures always killed me. I'm gonna change the background now. Give me a minute. I'm almost there. Technology is technology.
Mm-hmm.
We are okay. Now you've got that song. We are men stuck in my head.
Be a man to defeat the enemies of Mordor.
Then you have this scene.
Be prepared.
No, that's the wrong one.
No, I know, but like, it goes with it.
Anyway, then you cut to this moment here, where you see the armies of Mordor. It's like, well, first you're excited, like, wow, they're coming, and then cut to this, and you see the biggest army you could possibly imagine. Like, yeah, shit.
And then
Look
you
like
realize the crazy part.
Gandalf knew this was gonna happen.
Later in the movie, you realize like this wasn't even the whole army. You just like, yeah, no.
And they're busy marching to that theme. You know, the trolls are busy banging those war drums. The first time I came to appreciate war drums, the beat that was like doom, 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 like, And finding, my hype obsession.
Kanye West almost sampled it.
I looked up what the
I
orcs
am
were
a
chanting.
god, even though I am a man of God. I am Sauron, even though I am a man of Sauron.
Look at this rate. People are gonna think that we have beef with Kanye West like Kendrick has with Drake.
Yo, at that time I loved Kanye so much, but
You know, the way I'm busy brawling. The last video we compared him to Seto Kaiba, and you all threw me under the bus so fast. Like Kanye West is like, take him.
Kanye West is freezer, guys.
So Kanye West is free. So anyway, I was saying the orcs, what they're busy chanting here. I used to love that war chant because I was like, this big tracks, Kamuda, Kamuda, Kamuda. Oh, guess what it means?
What?
Kill them.
It means death to man.
Oh.
Sounds like a lovely chant.
That's awfully short.
Well, I mean, that's the
long
Uruk-hai. That's the whole thing.
No, the Uruk-hai was busy saying Lord of the Earth, Lord of the Ring. This one, Katmuda, means death to man. Basically, they're busy chanting it at the top of their lungs. Because you busy hear it like Katmuda, Gorsh Kat, which is louder. Gorsh Katmuda, Gorsh Katmuda, Gorsh Laga.
Hey, man. Whatever gets you ready to slaughter people, you know. We're side.
Funny enough, and I don't know if I have to. I don't know. It's an embarrassing story. But you know what? We only live once. So what am I gonna say? When I woke up from my surgery, that's exactly what I was saying. The doctors were like, "What the hell is this person chanting?" Then only
The doctor was like, "Wait, is he summoning demons? Wait."
The doctor was like, hey, Batung, murutu kai.
The pain was that bad that I decided I'm going to join Sauron and kill all mankind. So
Nah, Muruti was ready to.
This is when somebody came with the holy water. They came with the Bible.
Yo, guys. So I'll tell you this. I don't know if I've told you the sad story in live or air. I've told you. I must have mentioned it to you guys before. I was given the least amount of morphine that everyone else had because they were afraid of my heart. So I was feeling this. I was feeling the pure pain. I've never had it. I've never had a comfortable amount of morphine in my entire life. I've been given never enough. Like, okay, if they need 10, he's gonna get 5. That's fine.
But can't they? It's not like you're a small guy, so can't they at least put that into the equation as well?
If your heart is at risk, they'd rather have you feel pain and live rather than be comfortable and die.
Yeah, but if you feel too much pain, then your heart's gonna be stressed out and you're gonna fuck out.
Oh, that's why they gave you the 5 to relax you just enough not to pass out.
You're high gay.
You were facing your own modomus.
So I that's why I was speaking
Yo.
in Orcish. People are basically thinking he's speaking in tongues. It's pure Orcish language. I was basically saying death to man.
Right?
I'm sure the
Anyway.
nurses was like, yo, Mr. Babu Mfundis. Priscilla.
No,
Mfundis. Yo,
somebody went to go find the sangoma. Somebody went to go find the sangoma. They got to throw bones. Like,
You know? Anyway, moving on. We get to Aragorn inside the cave, and I think that here it's extended a little bit in the original where you get to see the ghosts being ghosty.
Yeah.
In the
cut, yeah.
in the original, they cut it a little shorter because firstly you walk in there, who enters my domain? And then Aragorn with all the brass balls I've ever seen. That man has titanium balls.
Straight up.
Those
He's not afraid of death, bro.
no matter. I think the reason why that horse gave out is like these balls are gonna get even heavier. It's gonna break my back. I quit. So he walks in there's like one who will have your allegiance. The dead do not suffer the living to pass.
You suffer me.
And then
And then he whooped out.
That was bars. That was bars. Like when he was like, "You will suffer me," I was like, "Yo."
the way is
Then,
shut.
I'm about to run out. So if I do run out, just know that it's because
That's
Okay,
how
Lily.
long we've gone. ASAP. Okay.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
to start again.
we're over 2 hours, so
Yeah, it
2
makes sense.
gigs in 2 hours makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So-
You will suffer me. I was like, ah.
And then the bars, the way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it. The way is shut. And then you just see an army of ghosts. Now you will die. Then Legolas decides to do the most useless arrow shot in the history of his entire life. I think that's why he did it in the dead cave. No one was going to. Because the embarrassment his father was going to give him. So you
I think
decided
this is
to
how you
shoot
know-
a ghost.
This is how you know him and Gimli were homies, because before Gimli would have told everybody.
Yeah.
Do you know Legolas shot at a ghost?
The one went whoops through him. His dad would have found out one way or another. It's like, son, yeah, you know, if there's
So
one.
Gimli would have went Kendrick on him. It was like, and I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you aim your arrows at ghosts.
If there's one character, if there's one
wasn't he
character,
blowing those ghosts away at a point?
you know,
Hey,
Then-
Legolas didn't see it.
then Aragorn uses his magic sword to tell him that, you know, it's been remade, fight for us and regain your honor. Now here, in the extended version, they talk, then they vanish, and then a whole lot of skulls tumble down for goodness
Yeah,
knows.
that's the one that I saw.
And he leaves. In the movie, and which is what I liked more than in the actual extended version, in the movie they leave it ambiguous because what it ends
Yeah.
with what it ends with Aragorn saying,
you're right.
"What say you?" and then cut. Now we don't
Yes,
know
because,
what happened.
Because I remember when I was a kid and when I saw
Yes.
not the extended cut, they disappear for a while, bro.
And then it gets,
Hmm.
then it cuts to
And
the
then
army.
they just show up. Yeah.
Hmm. Then it cuts to
the
the
nick of time.
then the army we cut to this scene where the armies arrive at the gates of Mordor, and they're like literally at the gates now. And then
Yeah.
that's when we find out that Faramir survived. Salute to that horse. If I ever wanted an Uber that could save my life, I wanted to be that horse. That horse was like, you know what,
Oh,
Fam, I
These
got-
horses in Lord of the Rings, they are some of the most loyal animals I've ever seen. Like that one went to go fetch Aragorn. This one dragged Faramir.
Yeah, but
from
that one was
Orc.
told to go fetch Aragorn. It was like, Ewen.
my
Still,
man.
I mean,
Night GPS.
he still went, and that was after he had PTSD. Like,
Yeah, because it was
Mm.
Aragorn who says this horse has had enough of war, set him free. After that, I was like, okay, you know what? You set me free, I'm gonna rescue you. You know what? Fine. This
Mhm.
one, I literally said, fam, I'm going to ride to my death. And if I'm not dying, I'm bringing you back home. That's what the horse said. And that's what did the horse do? Like, bitch, I survived. I don't know why. All my other brothers and sisters are dead. But you know what? I'm bringing you back home. Let's go. I'm gonna drag you there. Don't you die on me. Do you hear me? Oh,
And
yeah,
that
please.
also
You
goes to
got
the training of the horses because remember the horses are forever the horses know home.
yeah. And
So they
like,
train
open
to
the
go
gate
home.
quick. And then they drag poor Faramir while the armies are busy cling, 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 and preparing everything. Then they carry poor Faramir. Imagine how far. Do you see how high up that city is? Look at that.
Yo, dang.
Here's my finger. Oh, my finger.
It would probably take me 3 days just to carry a
Like,
bag
you
of
see,
sugar up there.
you now
Yeah.
imagine they dragged this poor guy from there. And Nagoya, it's not like there's not like an elevator or something. There's like, it's supposed to be like, wee up, wee up, wee up, wee up, wee, all the way to the top. And they're like, quickly, hurry. And then suddenly Denethor, my son, say not that he has fallen. Oh,
No,
fell
the most
because of you, G.
crocodile tears.
I was like, I think at that movie I saw I could have had a somewhere in that movie.
Like I have never seen real tears and just not be moved. Like,
Like,
yeah, okay, you
what
said your
the
son's
hell?
died, you
This is
dumbass.
I don't know when we get to that moment in this movie, but that's why when Dumbledore did what he did, not Dumbledore, when Gandalf,
Gandalf,
The cinema
3 for
cheered
3, 3 for 3
when I
every
watched
single
it. The
time.
cinema cheered when Dumbledore did what he what. Why do you keep
Gandalf,
calling him Dumbledore? Gandalf.
hey, I'm not the only one. Extrodin also called him Gandalf.
That's why I said why do we?
I'm the only one who
Anyway,
keeps calling Gandalf. It's because yes, I never read the Harry Potter books. I won't ever read the Harry Potter books.
They're worth reading. They're good.
yeah, they're not, well, I read some of them. They were not. They were alright. But
Up until that turf changes their opinions about the trans community, I will not touch a single thing. I will copyright that book. I'll plagiarize it with all head. Do you hear me? I'll be the biggest pirate. You thought if you think I was the biggest hater of the
Gomu, no. But anyway, before we
yeah,
knew that stuff about J.K. Rowling, I'm just
yes,
saying I read some of them and I was
Yes,
like, before I knew
I
that.
read it before that.
yeah, true that. But afterwards, like now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying when Gandalf does what he does,
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk about it.
it's
I almost
it's
like I
coming
cheered like it
now.
was a soccer. Oh, is it coming now?
It's coming now because
Oh,
Denethor is busy like, oh, my sons are spent, my line is broken, and Pippin is like, he's alive, he needs medicine, my lord. My line is ended. And then he looks to over the courtyard and he just sees the biggest army. By the way, remember the army that the Saruman sent to Helm's Deep? Do you know how
yeah.
many? Remember how many there were?
What
No.
was it? No, not exact.
There,
5,000?
there were 10,000 orcs, right?
Oh, yeah.
This mess of an army right now numbers 200,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
And there were like what, 17 knights in Gondor?
There are about at that point there are about 15,000 guarding the city. But those numbers were saying it all.
I know
So-
if my boy Faramir hadn't gone to that stupid mission, they would have at least put up a fight.
Jesus. And the thing is, like, also Faramir was like a hectic strategist. Like
Yeah,
he could also tell when something was going on and it's like, move here, focus here, what. And then
Exactly.
because of Denethor.
Hence, I'm saying if my boy was there, stupid ass king, well, steward.
And then, oh yes, then we have the Orc General who's like, fear. The city is rank with it. Let us ease the pain. Release the prisoners. I was like, at that point, like, prisoners, how noble, how nice of them. I didn't expect that to happen. Catapult! They're gonna catapult prisoners over the city.
Oh, they're gonna smash him. Oh no! Give me thoughts about.
Can you request, like, how did this go through and how did this movie not get an R rating after that? I'm so surprised to this day.
Yeah.
And
That
these
one
are
was-
legit people's heads like
Like that one I was like, yo.
Nagano bona smiley amjida. Like ke bra ka muson.
what up? Imagine. Kyle, no!
No, that time Kyle is coming at you at 100 kilometers an hour, like.
And then there you go, we see Denethor, my son's suspended. My line is ended, and like people is like, dude, get some
This
help.
thing is still alive.
This
So,
guy's
like, also, like,
alive.
you can just see Pippin like, I swore my allegiance to him. Idiot.
That is like, the House of Stewards has fallen. My lord, he needs medicine. My line is ended. Then he sees this army, and then out of nowhere, he starts going even crazier. Because he sees the army busy chanting Katmuda. I'm sure he knows what it means. And then he goes like, Theoden has betrayed us. Oh no, Rohan has betrayed us.
And I wanted to be like, bruh.
But you didn't call him. I was thinking, Theoden has betrayed me. And then they're busy throwing rocks all over the cities like, abandon your posts! Flee for your lives!
And then Gandalf,
Gandalf
like
at
a
that moment.
gangster. Oh my god. Gandalf, like, bro, I was like,
Klaus
yes.
Get Klaus up!
You didn't give him a warning. He turned into his father.
Get out.
Man, shout out
Get him
to
with a quick knockout.
Shout out to Gandalf for organizing for making a one man for making a one man coup minutes before an occupying army took over the city.
Sorry, Extrodin, what were you saying, bro?
Oh no, nothing. I'm just paying attention to what you guys are saying.
Oh, okay. I was saying like,
okay.
He made a coup at the right moment. It's like, we need proper leadership. You served.
No, it's like, what's this? It was like, look at me.
I'm in command.
I am the steward now.
And then he stands there, prepare for battle, without questioning. Like nobody was saying, "Oh, you know what? This guy who just beat our commander in chief, who's given him the authority to listen to us?" Everyone at that point is like, "I bet."
No, because everybody looked at Theoden. Nobody had faith in Theoden. Nobody. No one.
Denethor, you mean?
Oh, Denethor, sorry. Nobody had faith in Denethor. No one. There's
Yo.
no one. Like his dumbass in the middle of war, he wants to do a fire pyre or whatever it is. And it's like
Then
His dumbass sent his kid to do an impossible mission just because it wasn't his favorite kid. So
he's there. But once again, shout out to Gandalf. Like he's there on his white horse. That white horse was a paid actor. The way it was galloping all over the place in the middle of the city. Return to your posts.
That horse is still eating some residuals. He's like, I ain't dying. I got residuals.
He said, forward, men, to the walls, defend the walls, return to your post. Then he climbs up the stairs to see all these orcs. Send these foul beasts into the abyss. One of there are going to be lots of my favorite moments in this movie, but the moment those trebuchets, yes, there's a big difference. The orcs had catapults. Those are counterweight catapults with lovely wheels, and they shot. You see the range they have. That one that's fixed on the ground is the biggest counterweight trebuchet. That's what the Gondorians had. Did you see the range those rocks were flying?
Hey, those rocks were like insane, bruh.
Like and they were smashing into the orc armies, and they're smashing down towers. Like yes. Then this is when the battle proper begins, right? Because you see these catapults being thrown, and the orcs are throwing their balls. This is like a proper siege warfare, and even here, this is when like Howard Shaw was literally burst into flames because the music and the build up here as well was like. Da-da-dun-dun-dun. Like Howard Shaw, what's going on? Like, okay, now I feel like I need to do something in this
Regina, what does the scouter say about his music level?
I know. At that moment,
It's over 9,000.
At that
9,000.
At that moment, it was the scout exploded. Boom! What the hell? The only time the scout did this is when John Williams is playing something. Impossible. Could it be? He's entered the level of the masters?
You're not dealing with the average music composer anymore. He has ascended to a level of legend.
The legend that you fear. And shout out to the Orc General. Like, to stay where you are. It's like, what? You just saw my. Did you not see that guy get squished? And they're telling me, stay. If I was the Oz, I'd be ducking and diving. I can see the thing coming. You want me to wait for it? Like, like you need to go left, right?
That's how you know we never survive in the army. We ask too many questions.
I'll be ducking. Wee!
Killing who?
You.
Why?
And which makes it worse because
What
there
are you
was
talking about? What do you do? When did you do it? Are you sure about this?
that general is also a hypocrite because he's busy telling everyone to stay where they are when one is flying directly at him. And everyone is like, okay, yeah, you got this yourself. It's fine.
Okay,
Then
that was a cold shot because
then he decides to sidestep. Yeah.
that was so cold.
The troll was the only one who spoke in decision like, bitch, you moved. You said to stairs. What the hell? Then you see what the importance of having the dangers of having an Air Force. Did you see those Nazgul dive down?
Those Nazgul
and they dived down at the climax of the song. It was the song built up and then there was silence. And then you hear the screech and they all dived. And then the choir entered. This was the boss stage. And people... it's this whole battle. This is Disney. You see, this is how you do a final climatic battle. Also, you Amazon, by the way. You see, this is how you do a climatic. It builds up.
Don't give them ideas. They might spend another 60 million.
He's shooting arrows. He's shooting arrows. Swing.
No. If they could just learn from each other and improve, the quality of movies would make sense. Even you, Game of Thrones.
I'm going to take this quickly.
Okay, cool.
They're not gonna do it because they are idiots.
True that. That being said, we have. Then the Nazgul dive. Then the Witch King is busy there tackling poor soldiers and screaming. You just see a big. Here's the battle. Here's where battles are really accurately portrayed in these movies as opposed to others. A battle is a test of courage. And everybody involved in battles are trying to invoke the other army to break in fear before yours. It's not necessarily an army where everybody fights to the death. It's basically the longest game of chicken where people die. So what happens is the bad guys are trying to make sure that the soldiers are as scared as possible. Because if they're panicking and they're scared, they're not going to fight. And we have Gandalf in the side of the good guys saying, "Do not give in to fear. Stand in your positions. Hold to your post and fight."
And some of them put on real work.
And then we realize. Then we can cut to the scene where one of the trebuchets knocks down a tower, and then the Witch King says, "No, okay, we need to take care of these catapults. They're giving me problems." You just see them; they start knocking them down one at a time, which is something you need to. I can't stress enough that battle sense can translate well in an action sequence in movies. I can't stress this enough. I'm sick and tired of commanders making dumb decisions because it looks cool in actiony, as opposed to at the expense of the actual story. It's yeah. Let me relax.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna
Calmera. Have we cut to? Don't we also while this is happening? So this is happening now.
Yeah,
they're fighting.
Pippin is delirious because it's the first time. Which here, this part that doesn't make sense to me at all. Because Pippin has fought before, he fought in the caves and stuff. So why? And he also fought with the trees.
Yeah.
So now here he's suddenly this most delirious, they called us out to fight. Oh wow! I was like, girl, who are you fooling? But at the same time, Gandalf was the OG's this is no place for a hobbit, and he was like solo mission now. He's gonna start collecting XP.
Solo dolo.
And once again, shout out to Gandalf. He was also the smart one. It's like, no, stop shooting the towers, shoot the trolls. The other ones who are pushing this damn thing, kill them, and then the towers won't come to you. Drive them back. This Gandalf was in command mode. He was the commander Denethor was supposed to be at that point in time. He was
And
the
that
commander.
time he's just a pro wizard.
He was the commander Faramir would have been where he's still alive. Oh, we just lost Extrodin, I think. Yay. Well, he did say so. Then we cut them. Pippin finally gets a kill. He stabs one of the orcs. And then the scene in the original movie, it ends with Pippin running up, and then it cuts to the bad guys chanting ground, and the big war drum, the big battering ram comes to the gate. In the extended scenes, they have to cut to this annoying scene where these things are trying to batter down the gate with the smallest little battering ram I've seen in 19. That battering ram was good enough for Helm's Deep. It's not gonna cut it in as big as city. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the humans are busy shooting away and taking numbers at the gate. Did you see the amount of orcs that are dying?
Mm-mm.
The extended version, like, get back there and smash it down. But nothing will break it. Grond will break it. Bring up the wolf's head. I was like,
oh, that wolf's head was gangster.
gee.
It was so gangster, like, oh my soul. Like, when he said it, I was like, wolf's head. The first time I heard it, wolf's head,
Yeah.
I thought it was literally like two wolves, like the
Yes.
giants, but like just two giant wolves or something.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be actual wolves' heads on a
massive
raving
wolf,
pole.
which with a fire inside its mouth. How did they switch on that fire? How does it keep on burning? Don't ask questions. It's magic fantasy land. Okay.
Okay, we've been focusing a lot on this. Where did we leave the hobbits?
Perfect timing. That's where we're going to cut to. Because at this moment in time, we cut to Smeagol and Frodo in arguably the worst scene of my entire life. And it's not worse because of the directing, stuff like that. Guys, I hate spiders. You don't understand. I hate spiders. Like, they made that big spider in the Harry Potter movie look big and scary.
And I know that some scientists trying to do that, right? Because, like, why not
we
have
lost
a big spider?
Yeah, Extrodin. Yeah. Welcome back. I was busy saying just like we are at the scene where Smeagol and Frodo get to the cave.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of the worst scenes. I've only watched it officially like once, because every time that scene comes, I fast forward like crazy. Like, it's either I fast forward or I leave the room, because I will not watch that scene.
Wait, is this when everybody's caught up in the spider webs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I hate?
Infinite Tsukuyomi.
You know what I hate the most about that scene?
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I was basically explaining, like, I could handle that big ugly spider in the Harry Potter movie because it didn't move like a spider, because it's just like, you came here, you're fresh meat for my children.
Kunje, yeah, you got arachnophobia things.
The way that spider moved, like the moment where Frodo's like switches on that light, and then you just see those legs like do that shimmy thing at the background.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah.
You could have seen me in that movie. My cousin was laughing. I was like, holy crap. Because even the way the light blinded it, and you just see its legs are busy. Oh, God.
Yeah, it did look weird. It did look weird.
Kill it with fire. I was so ready, like...
No, I was like, yo, the plot armor has to be really strong here, because I don't know how Frodo's gonna survive this one.
Because of the light of Arendelle, it's a thing that it can't stand the light.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I get that, but I was just like, dog, you better not drop that thing. And then what did he do? He drops it.
Like a dumbass, he gets caught in that little thing. He slides out. I was like, and then the web's covering him. I was like, disgusting. Ooh, I hope to God after the war they burnt that cave to the ground. Like literally, just I don't know how. Like Gandalf, you've got magic powers. Like at that moment, just shine, cast a gigantic fireball, like not even fireball, flamethrower, like literally cook the cave from one side to the other, like
Fire style.
Oh, that's the most disgusting spider I've ever seen in my life.
No, when it hit Frodo with that thing and it like it zipped him and are we there yet?
We're not there yet.
Oh.
So Frodo escapes,
Mm.
and I was like, oh, thank God. And then Smeagol Gollum attacks him, like, God, where did it? Not this time, and tries to strangle him. And it shows that Frodo was like, I'm nobody's bitch. Frodo fights back, so much so that even Smeagol's like, it was the precious! The precious made me do it! Don't hurt me! Because, hey, at that point, Frodo had no more F's to give. He didn't care about Smeagol. Like, you cost me my boyfriend. You tried to get me killed by a gigantic spider. Like, you're dying today. He had to scream about the precious. Like, I have to destroy Smeagol for both our sakes. And like, no! Gets flung off a cliff. And then
Smeagol's got like super tenacity. Like his life force. Like dude fell off a cliff. We don't know how he landed. Dude was tortured.
He was tortured in Mordor, like
in Mordor, like by orcs. So you know them dudes don't give 0 Fs.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't spilling until like it took a while before he broke.
It took weeks apparently.
Yeah.
Bro, so, I'll be spilling the secrets the minute I see the gates of Mordor. What do you want to know, guys? Like,
what do you want to know? My pin code is 2222222.
The moment I met with Sauron, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna tell you things. The ring went here. These hobbits are like this small. They look like this. This is the thing. But
this one's got a skull over here. This one's got a pink thing. You know.
But because
like, they say snitches get stitches. Call the doctor. It's fine. Like
you know. But no,
I'm getting stitches.
But let's not get it twisted. The reason it took weeks for him to crack was not because he loved for any love he had for the hobbits or something like that. Remember, Smeagol wants the precious for himself. His precious. It came to him.
There's no precious that's worth that, bro.
Like he didn't want to give up his precious. He can do whatever. But until
said like someone who's never had crack.
And unfortunately, he met with a person who also wanted his precious back more than he did, and he was willing to go as further than he was to get his ring back. Cause like, oh, you think that precious belongs to you? Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. You thought eating all these orcs was bad enough? I'm gonna show you something. You better give me my ring back. Where is it? Where is it?
Where are they? You wouldn't let it be worn by an ordinary citizen.
Where is it?
I'm Sauron.
You know. And then, I wanted to say at this moment, shout out to it was the lowest point in the movie for Frodo. He had abandoned everyone. He was all by himself. His worst nightmares have come true. And as he collapsed, I think Galadriel gave her the last answers of her powers, because it was like, as he fell, he saw Galadriel as like, this task was appointed to you, Frodo Baggins. If you cannot find a way, no one will. And it's funny enough, it's like the only scene she has up until the end of this movie, but shout out.
So hey man, she got paid, she did her job.
But it's still a very important scene, because it was like a refreshing, like, you got this. Don't give up now. You're almost there. And how many
Galadriel is like the master of the Bluetooth guilt trip, the master of the Bluetooth motivation. Like, Galadriel should have had a YouTube channel where she's like getting people up in the morning, where it's like, you know what? If you ever feel down in the dumps, the first thing that you gotta do is was like Galadriel. Like, she's
they must make it back to the to that thing. Beep bop, beep bop. Na 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 beep bop. Na 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 beep. Like there used to be like an exercise thing right before. So you switch on the TV,
At 6 o'clock
getting
in the
ready
morning.
and stuff, and then there'll be a little exercise thing you do there. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, that's Galadriel is the YouTube. She's the YouTube motivator
Yeah.
of Lord of the Rings. Do it. Don't let the ring be the ring.
You can do it. I
Get up
believe
and
in you.
do it.
Don't let the ring be the ring.
You know. So
Yes, that's so easy. Like, why would I let the sun be the sun? Why didn't I just, switch it off? Like,
you know.
silly me.
Then we cut. Then we cut to back to the city. Now it's night time, so they've been fighting all day, and now it's like the middle of the night. The catapults are now throwing flaming balls, and we get to the biggest wolf's head, Grond, busy. Boom! What gets me going here, which is a diversion from the books, because in the books, the moment the Grant got to the gate, it was over. It knocked on it 3 times and it was over. Here, it shows that this thing has been doing its job all day, because it was at the afternoon when the battle began and the Grant got to the gates and it's been knocking at that gate the whole day. So shout out to that gate for holding on for as long as it did. Because the gate was like, I am not.
The gate got a speech from Galadriel.
Yeah, the gate got a speech from Galadriel. Is like,
It's like, I played this Galadriel speech to my gate and it turned into a fortress.
yes. That's exactly what happened. Like this task was appointed to you,
Look around and you shall find out.
Gate of Minas Tirith. If you do not find a way, no one will. And the gate was like, you know what? None shall enter this day while I still live.
No, it turned into Gandalf from the last movie.
Yes.
You shall not
pass. Do. Is that the best you can do? Huh? Is that the best? Do. Then that's when Gandalf was like, back to the city, back to the gates, hurry!
No, he heard the gate was pulling a Gandalf, and he's like, I gotta go support the homie.
shit.
Come on.
No, we have to go. It's pulling at me, and we haven't got time for it to come back stronger. Then they form up, and then it cuts to Denethor. In your version, there's this long ass speech. There's about death and everything.
About family.
Here, Denethor cuts the speech short. I think it cuts to the end tail part of this. It's like there's no there shall be no slow sleep for Denethor and Faramir. No, there shall be no tomb for Denethor and Faramir, no slow sleep for death of us for death embalmed. We shall burn like the heathen king's gold. And then he opens the tomb.
Like,
bring wood and oil.
Here is you.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like the only heathen king is you because you
Because
are
you're
being useless.
No, and also you are not a king.
Yes.
You're a steward only. Know your position. Anyway.
Yeah, they need to turn into the Rock. Know your role and shut your mouth.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what your role is.
To think that Wyclef Jean made a song with The Rock about that line.
Hey man, he
Anyway.
managed to finish off his bridge with that money. So shout out to him.
Anyway, it's back to the scene. Now the gate is basically giving its last stand. It's like, I shall return to the land of my forebears. And then it crashes through, and then Gandalf gives the most inspired line. This is where you see, even in movies where there's a whole lot of tension, he can still add a little bit of humor. And this is one of those moments where it's like he says, like, you are soldiers of Gondor. No matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. In entered armored trolls. This was like someone was flexing. Not just trolls, like trolls were bad enough as it were in the first movie. They were like armored and geared up with hammers. Like the one guy, I feel so sorry for him. But it smashed the other guy and it looked at him. And this guy's trying to run. Bah! I was like, come on.
Those survivors.
And then, of course, they said the line that I know. I didn't even mention in the second movie that the humans. Okay, this is a nitpick for all the historians and the battle whatevers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't open fire with a volley when you've got bow and arrows. You release arrows, but the humans here were busy saying fire, fire for some reason. You don't set fire to anything. You only started setting fire to things once you had a musket and guns. But you know what? We
Well,
didn't
who
know that.
cares?
We
Who
didn't
cares?
know that, and that's it.
You know what's also historically inaccurate? A magic sword that can cut a demon that comes from the pits of hell to rule everybody through a ring.
Yes.
So
So nitpick. But anyway, I just needed to mention it because I'm sure there's some battle fanatic who's gonna see this footage one day. and
Zuko
like,
looks like he's putting on the ring from.
ding, 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 ding.
That's Frodo. That's Frodo. Every time the ring is in his hand.
No,
And then he
I
starts having little mini orgasms.
Why did you put it that way? Oh my god!
Come on, look at him. It's just...
We're not making it to that podcast list, Chief.
No. I don't know which podcast we're gonna have to put here.
Hey, we tried.
Or they're just gonna put like a giant rated
Rated
R.
R. The only rated R podcast in South Africa. Like what? They're gonna talk about sex and stuff. We're gonna talk about nerdy things. Like they're just talking about geek stuff. What's so nerdy? 12 minutes into the episode, your mama. Oh. Okay.
The moment they start those,
Anyway,
Did he say it takes 2 towers? Why did he say that?
Yo. Anyway, we get to that. Oh, Gandalf orders a volley, and then you get this awesome clash scene, which is so different from the elves one, where it looked all elegant and neat from them charging at each other. This one looked like a proper mess.
Mm.
And you just see those men fighting against monsters of the night, and we see these wargs charging in, and I'm like, this is bad. They even got those wolves in there. Like, God damn.
No, it's like you need to. I wanted to call a timeout on behalf of Minas Tirith and Gondor. I wanted to be like,
lunch.
Yeah, guys, yeah.
Get dinner break. It's time for dinner. Okay, hello.
Yeah,
Don't get food. Go eat.
it's time for pre-dinner, dinner.
You know,
After
we're
dinner.
gonna have some dinner right now. Bye. Oh, and then the orcs. Yeah, okay, we'll go eat. We'll come back. And then I don't know, as they turn around to leave, the Witch King's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
They call timeout, Chief. In
Like,
the Geneva Conventions. In the Geneva Conventions, we're allowed a 5-minute break. Come on.
Whenever they give a call a timeout, we must observe it.
That'd be so funny to see in like a real battle scenario where somebody's like, "Please, come on, time.
Time.
It's halftime, Chief. Everybody go back to the locker rooms."
See you now. Bye. Anyway, so okay, the bad guys charged, and then they get cut to the other traumatic scene that made me. You know, I hated the spider the first time around. This time, I hated it even more.
My nigga spider.
Because that spider jabs Frodo.
Oh, and then he goes.
Yes, and then he gets wrapped around the spider's disgusting. That spider looks. It's the way it moves. It's so spider-like. They got its. I don't know. Shout out to the props team, I guess, because the way it picked him up like with those legs and it's busy.
I thought Frodo was done. I thought Frodo was done. Well, I mean, for a second I did, and then I remembered. Oh no, he can't die because they still need the ring. But I was like, oh.
And then shout out to Sam, because I was like, Sam.
Oh, like when Sam went in there, like some Mission Impossible.
No, dog. It needed the glass to break.
Because no, it's because Frodo, he went into the cave. He saw, oh wait, Master Frodo's the light. Master Frodo's sword. Oh, I'm gonna kill whatever has it. And he's holding those things like, let him go, you filth. Let him go.
You needed JR from WWE. Oh
Like,
my God, it's Samwise. He's walking. He's
Samwise!
talking. Samwise is coming.
Samwise!
It's a slobber knocker.
My God, not the chair. Somebody stop.
And he fights against 1v1 against a gigantic spider.
Bruh, he loves Frodo. Like, bro, he stood up to that giant spider. Like,
Everyone else from now on, I don't care how many orcs you kill, Legolas. I don't care how many. I don't care how many heads you chop off Gimli. I don't even care. I don't even care for your kill count, Aragorn. My man Sam has won the game. I don't care how many of the bad guys he killed. He took on a spider, a gigantic, evil, repulsive, born from the pits of hell spider.
Well, damn. Tell us
and
how
he
you really
and he
feel.
and he was getting his Leonardo on. He was like, Teenage Mutant Samwise.
But the way he said it, you will not touch him again.
Teenage Mutant Samwise, Hobbit.
Yay! And when he stabbed in the guts, I almost like, yeah! I mean, yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Stab it again. Stab it again.
Tebello, where are we ending on this one?
Should we end here?
I think when he saves Frodo, right?
Yeah, because
when he saves Frodo.
Yeah, then we can go to the. I wanted to end after the battle because after this scene, Sam rescues.
Yeah, there's still so much to get.
I told you, there's no way this movie is going to be 3 parts. The Sam is busy crying like, "Don't go, I can't follow."
Yeah.
You're not asleep, you're dead, and then he's crying. Then the sword starts glowing, and you find out, no, this fella ain't dead. He got stabbed by this sting, and he gets limp as a bonefish. He'll recover in a couple of hours, and he wishes he was never alive. It was so dumb. Samwise, you fool! Samwise, why are you calling yourself a fool? Did you know? I was like, after all that.
Well, I mean, like,
after all that hard work.
The thing is, Sam is. Most of these hobbits are pretty hard on themselves anyway.
I would have walked in I was about to go into the screen and slap him. Don't you ever talk bad about such an awesome hobbit ever again. Do you hear me? I was talking about myself exactly. If you ever call yourself a fool again, you swear to God, I will yeet you into that mountain myself. Do you hear me? Taking on gigantic spiders and busy talking mean about yourself. You're the GOAT. You're the greatest of all time. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise.
Hit him with the slipper kung fu.
You turn into Magneto from X-Men 3.
Yes.
You're a god amongst ants.
You're a god amongst insects. It's X-Men 2.
It's X-Men 2, yeah. So then this is when Sam does basically then he 1v100s a tower to go fetch.
We are not there yet. You see, after that, it cuts back to the city.
Yeah.
Because now, to the Denethor is doing the things. It's like my son, the house of his spirit. My son is burning. The house of his spirit crumbles. He's burning. He's already burning. And I was like, then people is like, he's not dead, guys. Why are you listening to this crazy man? He's not dead. And then Denethor resorts to firing him, which was arguably the sanest thing he's ever done, because after that it cuts to him looking for Gandalf, and then in the theatrical release, you see, we've got a lot more scenes in the movies, but in the extended version, I mean, in the movie version, it cuts to the Orc General giving orders like, move into the city, kill all in your path, and the Orcs charge in. It looks terrible from which way you slice it. The humans are fighting their desperate battle. They're being speared. The women and children are busy. Women and children are running as fast as they can. And then you get to a point where Gandalf is basically giving his final orders because Literally, one soldier was being yeeted by a troll. I remember that part. That was like, wee! And then another person in the middle of the streets gets eaten by a wolf. As Gandalf is busy, like, fight to the last man. Fight for your lives. You see, in the movie,
Fight.
you see, I know in the extended version, they wanted to have a scene between the Witch King and
Gandalf.
Gandalf. In the theatrical release, there wasn't such a thing,
Mhm.
which is both correct and incorrect. Those two characters never fought. They only met in the books. They met when the gate opened, got crashed, and then the Nazgul guy, the Witch King, came on. He decided to get off his bird and riding on a black horse to show how powerful he is. So there were two horses. Now everybody ran, and there were only two characters. It was Gandalf in his white horse, and it was the Witch King of Angmar in his black horse, and Gandalf was giving him the bars. Go back to your master. Return to the abyss that was prepared. Go forth into the abyss that was prepared for you and your master. You shall serve no best. No, you shall no evil shall follow you, or something like that. And then the Witch King called him a fool, like, you old fool. Do you not see that this is our hour? And then he pulled back his robes, and he saw that he was wearing a crown. And they were supposed to begin with Mortal Kombat. And in the box, and what I loved is that at that moment, the first thing, as even by, or rather, something happened that was neither magic nor everything. Just a signaling the coming of a morning. The cockerel crowed.
What did that do?
And as if by it crowed to signal the onset of a new day.
Oh, okay.
And as if in answer, the horns of Rohan blew.
So this is when Rohan steps in.
That's what they did in the books, and that's like Rohan had come at last. At the end of the chapter, it's called the Siege of Gondor. The last lines is like as if by magic, the crows was answered by the blowing of horns. The horns of Rohan blowing wildly in the wind. Rohan had come at last, and I was like, "Yay!" Everyone in the book was like, "At last!"
So in the movie, is this when they come in?
So in the movie, it comes in where Gandalf is busy giving those orders, and then just out of nowhere you hear those horns, and then it comes to the field. You just see the orc general look to the east, look to the side. Is like, oh crap, like, oh shit. I remember so vividly in that scene when those horses came over the horizon. That opening scene. Wait, let me just. I had the background already. We need to change it back.
Mr. Background.
This scene here.
It looked like they were afraid. It looked like the orcs were afraid at some
They
stage.
were afraid. They weren't expecting Rohan to come that soon. Even in the books, the Witch King like he had expected them to come, but no, they didn't come. They did not come this soon. Not this soon. But it starts with Rohan had come at last, and then the next page is called the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, and the first words are, but it was no mere orc general or captain that was leading this army. It was the Witch King of Angmar. For long he had prepared for their coming of. For long he had anticipated the arriving of these of them. That his victory was slipping from his fingers, but too soon was the given time for the arrival of this new foe. Straight away, he turned out away from the city, leapt on his bed, and flew off.
What, and left the battlefield?
He left the battlefield to go take on Rohan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why they in the movies it ends up
With that,
the way.
like,
okay.
yeah, because he sees that, he hears the horns, ooh, then he looks at Gandalf like, bitch, we have got to go. Then you have one of the most epic scenes in the history of history. I challenge everyone, and I want I'm going to clip this. I want people to. I challenge anyone to find a more iconic cavalry charge than this movie right here. I've seen many of them. They're gonna don't come at me with the charge of the whatever brigade and whatever these other movies from the 1700s. None of them were as iconically. They didn't. None of them combined to how desperate the situation was,
Mm-hmm.
to how desperate the situation was looking like at the current moment,
Mm-hmm.
and just how important this charge was to get right from the get-go. Those three things like met at that wonderful moment, and you see, this is where the books and the movies, people who read the books, you understand how important this one was, and the build-up, because we have chapters showing how the rider Rohan came to that city, to that position, because Sauron had long planned that the reinforcements were coming. He dug trenches, he cut off pathways, he made sure that the way to the city was as difficult as possible. And in the books, the wild men of the forests near Ithilien,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
the guys named,
The guys that Saruman had a cipher with.
something like that. No. That's from Rohan.
Oh, okay.
The other ones, they don't feature in these books. The guy's name was Ban Guriban. He's the one who tells them there's a secret path through the forest they can travel that none of these orcs, this Gorgon, know. So I'll lead you through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also a tough relationship. They hate more orcs than they hate the humans. These other humans.
Oh, okay.
Because they're fully expecting that these humans will kill us. Because he even said it: if I don't lead you the correct path, then you can kill me. It's fine. And Theoden was like, "Dude, what's your problem? Like, guy, look, I trust you. You don't have to make such statements." But they make a negotiation. They go through the forest, and it's still gloomy. And what I like in the writing is that it gives it an air of depression, dark, how pointless this is. Dalherm, also known as Eowyn, was also riding with them, and Mary was hiding in the corner somewhere, listening to these things happen, and everybody was basically somber and morose. And when they finally get through the other side of the city, into the city, old King Theoden, he sees just how big this army is. Oh yeah, before we even get there, I'm telling you guys about the books. Please bear with me now. And why I love this scene so much. Once they've been let through, and Theoden says, "Okay, we shall have peace between our peoples from now on. What else do you want?" And then the wild men said, "Kill the orcs, kill them, and we shall we shall celebrate." And as they left, the old man looked up and looked to the skies and almost had this weary smile, and he said, "Wind is changing." And just like that, they vanished. And when they arrive at the city, they get hit by this disgusting smell of death and fire that has entered the city, and it almost the size of the army almost depresses the king. They say you almost look like an old man bent and defeated. And at this moment, you might think he was even considering turning back and hiding in the mountains. And then it's written there like he felt. Then suddenly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, they felt a change. The wind has changed direction. It no longer did it smell of the foulness, but you could smell the fresh air of the sea. And I like that line because the smallest changes can impact the biggest effects, and that's how Tolkien knitted it in. How the winds changing can also mean, even in the worst times, things are already working in our favor. Hope is still there at the darkest moments, and I always love this chapter. I'm getting emotional. Let me contain myself.
Manifestation.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of a nerdgasm. There we go.
Yeah, thank you. So at that moment, and then there was a big smash. That's when Theoden rose up, no longer this depressed old man, and you just hear, "Arise, arise, riders of Theoden! Fell deeds await, fire and slaughter. A fell day, a dark day, a fell day, and the sun rises." And I was like, "That's my king. That this, my
Rohan!
This was me in the cinema. This was me in the cinema.
I love the way people in the cinema were like, "Oh my god!" And then the spear. You see, later on we realized that they let all the people at the front in the camera view of that scene were people who've read the book and know the impact of the chapter. They brought that A game.
Is this where he gives the speech for death?
Yes.
Oh.
Funny enough, it happens later on in the books, but it's still what happens because they go clanging the shields and then death. Oh, great. We also have the moment where, before he even gives the speech, he said, those orders he gave everyone, Airman, take your area down the left flank. Grimble, 12 other kings better down the center. They're actually in the books. I was like, these people weren't holding anything back. That's when he gave his final speech, and the music. Once again, I don't know how much show has now had activated his bankai. Like we thought, like
Bankai, yeah.
Just after the siege of God, it's like, okay, this music can't get any more epic. Bankai, what? Epic music, epic music past no jutsu.
This is
Then,
not even my final form.
then we get crashed into this beautiful charge where they scream death, and I also wanted to bring it back to, remember when the orcs were busy chanting death to man? And that was the war cry. Now humans have taken up that chant and started chanting death. What else are you gonna scare us with? And that's where you learn the gift of Eru upon mankind, where no matter how hard the circumstances are, we're still gonna die only once. You can't scare us beyond death. And when you die, you don't know what's going to happen to us. No matter how hard you try, we know. All the elves and everyone knows what's gonna happen with our spirits. They're gonna construct in the halls of Mandos. But us? There's something else planned, and you don't know what it is. So you can't scare us with this death anymore. We're going to die anyway, and we're going to die with you. And that's that crazy spirit of mankind saying that, well, bring forth your death. We're not going to break anyway. Is what caused the lines to break. People should learn shock troops, horsemen, right? Heavy cavalry or whatever. They don't work if you hold your nerve. If the shield walls still hold, the no matter how hard the horses charge, it's not gonna break. The thing that breaks them is that you need to get scared enough for you to break your formation, and that's exactly what happened here. That's what I loved. They added that scene where the orcs turned and ran at the last second, because that's exactly what any cavalry charge needs. The moment you break formation, they got you, and it was like, wow. And there's a problem.
Swine.
And there's the thing. When the horses are in stampede mode, you see that's like they're charging. Nothing's going to stop it. Something they'll stop with you or stop on top of you.
Yeah, I mean, I now that you're kind of been explaining it, I just didn't know why, because I was like, I thought maybe these are the new orgs, maybe they haven't gotten they didn't get the training manual,
Yeah.
they didn't get the orientation. Like Saruman he just accepted all conditions. It's like, you know, just click. Okay, they're ready to go.
So
He didn't know there was a clause. Might be scared of horses. Might be down in horses.
And wham, that charge happened. And like I mentioned, if you at the moment you even see it some pictures, if you look back, there are places where the horses are charging and the rider's already dead. And the horses are just galloping, because at that moment the momentum's taking place. The other horses are like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going with you guys. Where am I going? Oh, we are jumping over these people. Okay, fine then.
No, I think even the horses were like, for death.
Yes, death.
Crazy.
At that moment, I think that's where you can cut it, because it's nice. We added the last episode at the lowest point, and I think
this is like the high. This is one of the highest ones.
Once again, R.A.P. Bernard Hill.
Yeah.
You made me feel things at that moment.
He murked that show. He murked his role.
People don't understand. I think I've mentioned it before that every day on my matric finals, when I was depressed, ADHD, wasn't sure I was gonna pass this exam. Every morning, I was watching this very scene because I was thinking, you know what? Whether I fail my exams, whether I pass, whether I make a failure out of my life, I'm going to meet it in battle like this man charged to his certain death, and he charged like a man. That's why when my parents compared me to Aragorn, I was like, no, I'm not Aragorn.
I won't leave my homies behind.
Yeah, this man. Yeah. So I had to edit
Shout
this
out to
first.
Shout out to King Theoden. Shout out to Bernard Hill. It was an amazing performance.
Performance for the ages, honestly. They deserved all 11 of those Oscars. Oh, I forgot to show you. I don't know if I could send you the video. I downloaded it. Where the guy who was originally supposed to be Aragorn,
Yeah.
he was at the Oscars, and it turns out
Oh.
that he was a douchebag, and that's why he got fired from the movie because he didn't want to do any sort of practicing on stuff like that. He was a proper diva. And he was there at the Oscars with his wife at the time, or girlfriend at the time. I think it was Charlize Theron or something else, someone else. I don't know, or was it Taylor Swift? I don't know. Some blonde. Wow.
Some blonde.
Some
We're
blonde
not
lady.
making it onto that list.
Some blonde
Anyway.
lady, and he said there for all 11 movies, like it could have been me. It could have been me. I'll send you the TikTok they sent. It's like this guy had to sit there and watch these people win all 11 Oscars in one night. The ultimate payback. Anyway,
Yeah, no,
what were your
lesson learned.
thoughts of
Don't be a diva. No,
what are your thoughts on that scene?
the charge was crazy hectic. Seeing Mary shout death while he's like riding in the lap of a horse.
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of was like, bro, can you even see over the horse head? Like, do you know what you're running into? Because
Oh, he saw everything, and I mean, they had to say courage for our friends because there were too many.
yeah,
Even shout out to the Orc General at that point, like, form ranks, you maggots, form ranks, pikes in front, archers behind. Come on, should I do your jobs for you?
no, yeah, but yeah, it was a crazy charge, and yeah, no, the speech was like, I mean, I didn't understand like the context of the speech as a whole. I didn't like until you broke it down now,
No.
but I was just like, I guess for death, this is what we're doing.
This is the ultimate. You see that depressed old king in the third movie? This is his
Yeah.
redemption arc. At that very moment, he showed them what the real spirit of mankind can do. In the face of absolute hopelessness, he can still rise and fight, and that's the big difference between him and Denethor, who gave in to despair. He learned how to overcome it. Very important lesson. Don't give up until it's over. If you're still breathing, you're still
It's
gonna
not
fight.
over till the fat lady sings. Or where did that come from? I wonder.
The funny enough, the Anglo-Boer War.
Really? I
Yeah,
thought it was an
because-
opera thing.
Oh,
Proper
no,
big brown envelope.
because what happened is whenever soldiers were sent to the Anglo-Boer War from England, there was a lady who'd sing them off, a big fat lady. But then they started getting reports about how badly the war was going for the British. So they thought the moment this lady sang, it's all over for these people, because she sang
Yo, superstition.
she sang to them from port, so it was like shame, it's over for them.
So why did they keep her around? No, like yo.
It wasn't her fault. It's just that they thought that they were going to go and fight an easy war against the Boers. Ate!
Anyway, yeah, no, it was dope scene, very iconic, and it was nice to see the orcs be afraid for a bit. Like, like the whole time the orcs was just killing everybody and having a good time with it.
Fearless.
And it was also nice to see somebody be competent in charge after Denethor. It was like, whew, fresh breath of air. God.
I also loved the what's that part? You mentioned. Oh no, there's a meme that says like it's all fun and games for the orcs up until they started hearing violins. when they started hearing those violins from Lord and shit.
He's like, do you hear boss music?
Not just any boss music. The moment they hear those oak violins, are we on a field? Oh crap! We need to go. I'll see if I can find that picture. That oak was like.
Yeah. I don't know, Zuko, if you have any thoughts about this scene.
Nah, I think you guys are like, there's nothing else I don't think I can add anything else.
I'm still waiting for a more iconic charge. And
I mean, this scene had everything you want. It had the charge, it had the music, it had the shots, like the little close-ups to the horses running, showing a little bit to a medium shot of the rider and the horse, to the wide shot of seeing what they're going into. And how also that was edited. You know, it's nice to have the shots, but if you don't put them nicely together, you lose that little momentum, that little story. So the way this was put together in terms of the shots and like the writing is in it's slow motion, but not really slow motion. You know, that in between slow motion thing that they got going on. Like everything, you just like, you are there and you are ready to get up.
Yeah.
Yourself. So it was just, it's just.
For death. Hey, but now what are you talking about in there?
That was the
Nothing, Mom.
Yeah, the also the amount of memes they make it, like
Yeah, it was just too brilliant, man. Like,
sweetie, eat this thing for mommy. The baby goes like, for daddy, for dad.
You know what the scene reminds me of? You know, in like Master Chef or something,
Yeah.
and the person has like they're like one away from being eliminated, and they're like, you are in danger of elimination, and then they pull off this crazy meal, and they're like, hey, dude, you've gone from being eliminated to be like safe for the next week or some shit like that.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And also just the way it comes through, like you can see the despair. Like Gandalf is trying his best, dog. He's like, hey, I'm
not giving up any. Yeah, fight.
And then basically, remember also, it's a change. In the previous movie, Gandalf was the one who came with the age.
Yes.
To save them from despair.
To save Theoden. So now,
to save them from despair. Now Theoden's coming, and also saving them from despair as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to add to one of the most important lines. I want to try and say it to the straight face because it always gets me going whenever I read it. After Theoden enters that awesome speech of his, he grabs his war horn. He blows it up. He blows it so hard that it actually explodes.
Oh, that's madness.
And then he whips out his golden shield, and he
blows his war horn.
You know those war horns? Whoa.
Like during the war, like dude,
before the battle
like
starts,
the quorum, like time and place, bro.
You can't be blowing your horns.
Like time and place, bro. Like yo, teaser.
And then in the books, it says some of the most important lines, like he cried upon his horse Snowman, and it led the charge. And lo, he's got his knights rode before him, his knights rode after him, but but of his guards none could overtake him. Fey it seemed, or filled with the battle fever of his ancient ancestors, none could tell.
He was like, West Side bitches, let's go.
Rohan!
We ride.
My 16-year-old self didn't know what the term Fey meant. Fey. up until I read, so I had to go get my gigantic dictionary and look it up, and it means that when somebody says it's fearsome, it seems like he knew the oncoming of his own death was coming. Like when somebody, you know, that moment, like this guy's acting peculiar, and then you find out later that day he's dead. That's what that basically saying. Like he seemed filled with the battle fever of his nun could tell, but the way this man threw away all Avengers, like I'm here, I've done my job, I'm here to fight for the rest of them. I'm gonna fight these guys until I die, and this is what it is. Anyway, let's put an end to this. Last time we were like 3 hours in.
We are 3 hours in again, Chief.
Yes. Okay.
Isn't it closer to 4?
No, it's 3, Chief.
It's 3
No,
hours.
3. Yes, it's 3.
You
Sorry.
were caught in a genjutsu.
You know.
Like
Yeah,
there's time
I was.
displacement.
You know. Anyway, I'm so sorry I lost the footage of the Fellowship of the Ring because anyway, well, I don't know. You guys will survive.
Maybe we'll have to. I think maybe like if we find time, we should just maybe do one video on it. We don't have to cover everything,
Yeah,
but we
we'll
should
just-
just review it.
Have you met us?
Yo,
Our summaries are 30 minutes long. Come on, let's be serious here.
we'll make a plan.
We
That's all I'm
literally like jokes aside, guys. We're covering the second half of the movie. We are 3 hours in, and we are halfway on the second half.
Oh, we are such a lost cause. Anyway, guys,
Never mind, my bad.
let's wrap things up. Thank you for lasting up until this point. I don't know how you survived. I'm going to go fall into an emotional wreck. We hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow these guys. The scores, the comments are below. These guys are pretty talented. They're pretty geeky. They're pretty awesome. Trust me, they know more than I do. I'm just talking about things that I'm doing right now. Naruto over there. Film over there. That's the field. What? You see, these guys, one day when I'm making movies that's just as epic as this one. What? I foresee that. Anyway, once again, I think what I'm gonna do is gonna send a clip of our episode to the guys who want to add us to this podcast list. Listen, guys, I want you to become more viral than Hermes, but only the Hermes space is going to so please talk about us.
Let it burn.
We love you guys and see you guys next week.
Rohan,
For life.
Riders of the Rohima.